Oh, I didn't put my background on. So sorry, y'all. Give me a minute. Let me get the default background for StreamYard. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, so let me begin this video. Good evening to everyone. I see one person out there. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible because it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm cooking. Still got to take the dogs out, wash up, study, and go to bed. Get to work tomorrow. So I'm moving, y'all. But today was one of these days, right, where hello to everyone. Let me just put that on the screen so as I'm talking, I'm not being rude to the people come in. Let me just do that real quick. Hello to everyone entering the chat. Everyone entering the chat. We'll put some exclamation marks on that one. All right, let me get it in there, and then we get back to it. All right, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. All right, that's just for now. Let me get started, and then I'll get rid of that, and we'll keep it moving. All right, so listen, you know me. I'm a burglar on YouTube, always in places I'm not supposed to be. So in this video, giving y'all a heads up, I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking shit in this one. This one is a lot of information being given. And when I get to the end, I got one, two, I think three. 1, 2, 3. It's supposed to be 3. Where's the other one? It's supposed to be Pretty Black Magic. Hold on, I'm missing somebody. Let me see. That fool, Pretty Black. I need one more. Oh, is she over here? Let me go get her. Hold on, y'all. Let me just get one more person. I hope it's where I left it at. Yes, where I left it. Stop right there. And let me, where are you? I need to put you over here with all the rest of the YouTube people. Okay, I'm good now. All right, back to StreamYard. All right, so this is the deal, right? So I have been on YouTube listening to everything from Paris's New Live and how Tyrone is one of these educated lames that's out here beating women's asses and specializing in choking a motherfucker and getting not orders of protections, but restraining orders, which are two totally different things, right? So anyway, and got the police looking for him and everything else. But yet, he can still get a goddamn job with NASA. And did I say NASA or NASA? I meant NASA, NASA, right? So in that live she did, go check it out. It was very good. Why do we still have so many black women ignorantly cheerleading for black males who beat black women's asses, kill black women every day, sexually molest, rape, and do all types of shit and kill black children? What are we doing as a group of women? Seriously, get your shit together. Understand that you need to develop a sisterhood and get away from these black males. They're going to take your life because they have absolutely nothing to offer you, and they're overly jealous because you utilize your freedom to get educated and to navigate your way through America and try to make money to live. They do not do that. They use their freedom to end up going through some insane rites of passage for males that includes prison, on the down low, hating women, wanting to become women, and not knowing what the fuck to do with their lives in a nutshell. So dismiss those motherfuckers, move on to greater pastures. Now, don't get me wrong. You're always going to have those ignorant ass black women that are going to be diehards, ride or die for black males. Those are the silly people and silly women that are literally dying more than the rest of us by black femicide. So if they like it, I fucking love it. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to continue to fight for laws to be passed concerning black femicide and child homicide to make it a capital punishment for these dudes to literally lose their lives, to have the death penalty for killing women recklessly and children. And believe me, it is fucking possible, because I'm going to show you tonight how I told you it was coming. I told you that white people was going to get tired of these motherfuckers and start galvanizing all over the country to take them the fuck down the same way they did in the 1990s with the crime bill. So black women, hold on to your seats, because the cavalry is organizing to fucking arrive, okay? I'm going to show you. So So let me put my glasses on, get into the first part of the video, which is not the black femicide yet, but it's hard as a motherfucker to live out here for those of us that don't have degrees, which all black women need, black women, and certificates with any kind of, what is this here? Damn, I wish I would have wrote that shit down. Oh my goodness. I'll do it later. I'm going to go find that other video I saw where it was this black lady explaining these 2 degrees certification she got plus a computer science degree. This lady makes over $300,000. When I get it together, I'll put the small video together for you, less than 2 minutes or so. Put it up on YouTube so you can have the information, even though it's already there. It's on, I think, Noir's page. Anyway, I'll try to do that after this. So anyway, I know it's hard out there to live. Black women are not doing the things they need to do, which is whatever money you making, make that shit grow. You make that grow by using SoFi, FOFI.com. It is an investing tool that is user-friendly. I done told y'all about this 1,000 times. Go to your bank, even if you don't have a lot of money in the bank, sit down with your money person in the bank, learn how to make your money grow in the bank, and learn all the different other types of things the bank offers you as far as building money. CDs, IRAs, etc. I did that last time. I'm not going over that again. Okay, in addition to that, right, I want y'all to know a couple of things to help you with getting your money up, raising your credit score the real way, and not all of that fake shit that goes on Erica's channel and all those black guys always selling fucking courses and talking all this shit out their ass to get you to spend money. I'm going to show you the real stuff that's out there. It takes almost a year to build up your credit. You can't miss one payment. Once you finish this, you'll be good to go. I got to open the window. I'm cooking and oven and stove is on. See the beads of sweat. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so let me tell y'all how this shit works. Real talk for real life, everyday people. I'm not hoodwinking you. I'm not gaslighting you. I'm not doing none of that shit right now. Hey, am I being heard, y'all? Let's see, where's my phone? Let's make sure I'm being heard. Because sometimes I'm talking and my mic is not even on. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I heard it. All right, so here we go, right? So I told you guys, right, that I'm going to give y'all a real life scenario. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm sure you're smart enough to figure it out, right? So here we go. You're at home, you're working, you get into a car accident on the job, you get injured on the job, you out workers' comp. Boom, scenario, right? You normally have bills, all that shit, plus credit cards. All right. The way you're going to get rid of the credit cards is like this. Most people have Discover. A lot of people have American Express. Even I do. So I picked those 2 only. This is what you're going to do. Let's go to them. First off, when you're receiving your workers' comp, if it's below a certain amount, this is why you also get a letter from the doctor that deals with your workers' comp to let them know the extent of your injuries and if you're able to work part-time. I'm telling you this for a reason, because if you can, you could claim unemployment, but you have to go through a whole nother process of application for unemployment while you're out collecting a small amount of money for workers' comp plus unemployment to also help you make ends meet. But you need that doctor's note. When you speak to the unemployment people, there is a separate number that you would call and speak to an associate about your unemployment and your workers' comp situation. And you must have a doctor's note already before you contact them about your ability to work part-time. So that way you can receive 2 incomes of money while you do anything part-time, even if it's 1 day or 2 days. And you don't have to be physical. It could be like U-Haul appointment settings, either in the office or remote. So keep that in mind, right? Going forward from that same situation. right? You got bills to pay. I know a lot of people, black women, before they start making decent money, they use credit cards to supplement their bills and their lifestyle. Nothing wrong with it. But when you don't make the money you used to, and you got credit cards and bills to pay, this is what you do. You're going to go to your credit card company, because every single one of them has this, right? You're going to go to their hardship program. Where's the share? Where's the share? That's invite. I'm doing the wrong one. Sorry, y'all. I haven't done this in a while. I forgot. All right, here we go. So you're going to go to your credit card website. Where are you, darling? Here we go. And there's two parts to Discover. I'm going to show you both. So when you go to Discover and you have a card with them, you're going to call them up, right? You're going to tell them, I've been injured. You don't tell them about the unemployment. You just tell them, I've been injured. I'm receiving workers' comp. I'm going to be out of work for a year or more, right? Okay. They say, okay, right? And you say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have a hard time making my regular payments. All right, no problem. They will go through the questions. They will give you the lowest monthly bill because of the loss of income. This is where you go. You apply for it. They will help you. They will tell you how much your new monthly amount will be. You must make that amount for the entire year in order for your credit to stay good and to go up at the end of the year. Once you finish all these payments, do not miss one payment. Do not. Otherwise, it will fuck everything up. All right, that's just for a regular credit card, right? Then, if you happen to have taken out a personal loan with Discover, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to do it with this part of Discover. This is for personal loans or any other type of loan you've taken out with them. This also helps you to get on your feet, build back up your credit, and maintain yourself when you have a very limited income. You understand? All right, I'm sure you do. Now, the same thing goes for American Express. But American Express is a little different. They don't do loan things. They're just straight up credit. And this is the best fucking credit card when you go traveling, especially internationally. I do it all the time with my lovely American Express, okay? I love this card. I just got to say this. I love American Express because when you are somewhere and you don't want to be there, you don't have to fight with the establishment. You don't have to do anything but call American Express and let them know, I am checking out of this hotel right now or within the hour or tonight or whatever, and I'm going to this next hotel. Please stop my payment for the rest of the stay here that was booked. End of story. American Express got your back all the way. They don't give a shit what the merchant says. It's all about you. I love American Express. Tell you a quick story, then I'll get back on it. I was in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. I booked a bed and breakfast in St. Thomas. Not gonna tell you exactly where, because I don't ever want to catch you around where I am. Right? So anyway, I'm there, and it happened to be a woman that owned this bed and breakfast, and it was totally disgusting. There were ants all over the place. It was physically gross. She did not know how to clean. So I'm there, I'm very prissy when it comes to certain things. And when I pay a lot of money, I want a good experience. It was a shit place. I said to myself, I'm not staying here. So out of frustration, I go back into my rental car, sit down. I'm thinking, how am I going to get out of this shit? And then I say, oh, shit, American Express. So I call up American Express. I tell them the entire story. The wonderful person I got, I wish I remembered his name. I would have shouted him out. I let him know I am not staying here and I am not paying for this. He said, don't worry, Mitt. Damn, I got ready to say my name. So anyway, he's like, don't worry, Stephanie. He's like, what we're going to do is don't worry about it. We'll take care of this. You let us know what hotel you're going to. We'll make the payment. We'll send them the notification, and that's it. He's like, do you need time to get your things together and leave, or are you ready to go now? I'm like, I'm ready to go now. He's like, no problem. It'll be done within 15 minutes. That's how good American Express is. Take that card everywhere you go, especially internationally. It will save you when you least expect it. All right. So, but back to it. Same thing. If you're in a situation where you need help, and I'm using, let me tell y'all something, read between the lines, okay? Because I can't come on here and tell y'all how to game shit, but read between the lines. When you're in a bad situation and you're short for cash, okay, you let these people know, I've had a hardship, and you have to go online and Google the hardships that classify for this program to have a reduced monthly payment. There are a couple of them, but loss of income is the most impressive. Okay. So you go on, you let them know, you let them write up your new plan, and you stick to it for a year. At the end of that year, your credit is going to be restored. Your car is going to be back to a good standing at a decent balance. A lot of the fees are going to be waived. A lot of the interest is going to be knocked down. It is the best thing to do. Okay. All right. Outside of that, I'm done with the credit cards. When you guys need help paying bills, I don't know how many people are subject to having National Grid, which is electricity. They have tons of grant programs that you may qualify for to get help with your electric bill. All right. For those people in who are watching my video that are in America and you're not on the East Coast and you don't have access to National Grid, you do not worry about it. Our old faithful website that I told you guys about forever is USA.gov. They got you covered. USA.gov is the federal welfare website for the entire country. I told you, whenever you need to find something and you need assistance with it, with money wise or just resource wise or information wise, they got you covered, USA.gov. So right here is the utility help. But within this utility help, you see other things like they're helping people who have weatherization problems with their home and etc. Internet, paying for the telephone. This is the most important website in the entire country as far as I'm concerned, because it does not matter what state you live in. You could drop down the menu for that state and find every resource, every governmental grant and program available for you that you need without having to worry about paying the shit back. They're covering everything. Just look here on this government benefits list right off the bat when I chose to worry about energy bills. What are they talking about? Food assistance, housing help, help with utility bills, help with energy bills, help paying for phone and internet service, benefit finder, welfare, real full welfare, money, food stamps, Medicaid, health insurance, Social Security, state social service agencies, government death benefits, government checks and payment, report incorrect payment, benefit payments, etc., etc. This is the best website. I keep telling y'all, the best in all of America, outside of just like the IRS and other stuff like that, but the best. Okay. All right. Then you have another one. You have the United Way. I think I've given this one to y'all quite a few times before as well. This helps with you paying all types of bills. All right. They also help with if you need donated clothes. You see here, kitchen appliances, sports equipment, electronics, a whole bunch of things here, a whole bunch of government resources that help you do a lot of stuff. And they also hold like little like money management courses to help you manage money a little bit better so you don't fall into some of the big issues that you fall into when you're falling low with money. Over here, they have a checklist, and it's like, what can I do right now? Information is great, but taking small steps can lead to big changes. So they give you suggestions. Like this week, they're saying what? To make quick cash, identify items that can be sold online or at a yard sale. That's just, they're giving you examples of what to do. Next week, contact community agencies for help, ask about eligibility requirements. If you think you may have trouble paying your rent or mortgage, contact your landlord or mortgage company right away. Work out a payment arrangement that allow you to stay in your home. That is very true, y'all. Now, let me just say this. Whenever you live in democratic states, and if you live in New York, it's the best place to live. because this is a state that is all about the tenant. This state does not favor the landlords. But for other states that are democratic, you should have a system that allows you to go to court and actually buy yourself time not to be evicted. Unfortunately, when you live in red states, they don't give a fuck about you. They want you to get out. They're all for the landlord, which is why I advocate for no black women to ever vote Republican. I know that a lot of you are misinformed, miseducated, and taught all this nonsense about how it's a better life in living under Republican rule and Republican president. Even clearly y'all don't have a good memory. Talk about you had a better life and everything under Donald Trump. But anyway, I digress. If you want them to take all your rights away, I would say vote for them. If you want little black girls as young as 12 and 13 years old to be raped by these grown black males out here raping little girls because women are no longer giving them any ass, continue to put white racist Republican males into office, because this is what's happening right now in Mississippi. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Pretty Black Magic did a wonderful video on this. Go on her channel, please. Preview all of her videos lately. She is very politically up to date. She is informative. She's one of the only content creators on here giving you real news, up to date, real life things that are helping black women understand the state of emergency you're living in right now, besides myself and a few others. You guys are too caught up in this gender war bullshit, relationship talk, and trying to let black males convince you to backslide and be hoodwinked and gaslit into being in relationships with them and pulling their bum asses and homeless asses off the street and putting them back into your house. Just recently, I saw a video Pretty Black Magic did. I maybe play a little bit of it, but there was a point I put it up there. A reason I put it up there for, but I'll get into that later. Where he was yelling and beefing about some black women coming on YouTube complaining about their mortgages increasing due to let me get it right. Complaining about their mortgage going up, and his answer was about her mortgage, and mortgages wouldn't go up if black women had husbands in the home. Husbands don't have a fucking thing to do with mortgages going up. They're not needed in black women's homes because they're violent. They rape children and they kill black women, and they also kill black children. Mortgages go up because when people are not aware of taxes make your property, and your property taxes make your mortgage go up. And when it is some of the videos I saw on YouTube where it was people building new homes on land, the issue was the tax increases for both the house and the land, which made their mortgage go up. So somebody needs to educate homeboy that made that video, because it wasn't about the type of interest rate or loan the woman took out. It is about, for those of us who really have homes and know what it's like to be a homeowner, it has to do with your fucking taxes. So somebody needs to let that idiot know it, okay? The one that wears the disguise with the glasses and the fucked up looking beard and the terribly hideous face with the bell pepper fucking nose. That dude in the weird hat. So anyway, look, he's a fool. I just want to put that out there because I'm really getting tired of black women and their need to be ridiculous, right? From the shit with Tyrone beating up women and black women coming to his aid, and black males acting like just because a motherfucker got a job in Nassau, he can't be a fucking liar and a woman beater and a piece of shit. Like, all those things can't be true at the same time, when we know it definitely can when we're talking about black males, right? Let's let that go. So I'm bringing this up to your attention, all that rambling, and back to the point. Contact your landlord about your rent if you live in a state where your landlord is actually going to be amicable and have sense enough to care about trying to work out a payment arrangement with you. Or, God forbid you live in a Republican state where the landlord don't give a fuck about you and he just wants to throw you out on your ass because he knows he has the ability to do that. This website will help you out with lots of ways to help negotiate and navigate through a lot of the increasing demands on your life that is caused by inflation and many other things going on in this world right now. War, the wrong people being elected to office. This is why it's so important. I keep segueing and bringing that shit up, black women. You don't need to put these white racists in office. These Republicans, whether they be women or men, they're trying to take women's rights away completely and keep you in an incredible state of poverty. I mean, the thing that's going on right now in Mississippi with that little girl who was 12 years old, got raped on the side of her house and forced to have a baby by 13 because nobody followed the rules of an abortion in these fucked up red states by rape being the so-called exemption when it wasn't given to this little black girl, is because they know how it's really going to affect you. Go watch that video on Pretty Black Channel's page. This little girl is 12 years old playing in her yard. Some grown fucking black male came into her yard, pushed her up against the house, on the side of the house, raped this little girl, and then just left the yard. The little girl was traumatized and left dehumanized beyond understanding. Started to retreat inside of herself, and then about a few weeks later, passed the so-called point of their allowable abortion period, which I might add, no woman has been able to take advantage of. She was forced to have a baby, a child having a baby, which could have taken her life as well as the baby's life. So I'm bringing this up because I want you to understand how this is not just about selfish motherfuckers talking about how much money they made, that they thought they made versus some other time because of some white racist motherfucker that told you in your face that he's going to be white people's retribution. I need y'all to wake up out there, okay? This is a person who's oh my God, I'm not even going to get into his whole pedigree. You know he's facing charges. You know he was part of the insurrection. You know what he did to those black women. You know what he did to other white women, raping them, grabbing their vaginas, all type. Wake up. I need y'all to wake up because we're going to suffer. Just like that little black girl, all right, and her mother. She's 13 years old with a 9-month-old or 10-month-old baby that her mother, thank God, is taken care of like it is her child so her daughter could live a life. But what is happening now to the family? What extra dynamics are happening with that family? What is happening now is that these people are now suffering because the mother does not have enough money to take care of this additional child with already the children that she had. Her little job is not making it. So now they're more destitute than they were before. And this is the thing that is going to spiral out of control in our communities, in our households, if you keep voting in people who do not want you to vote, do not want you to have abortions, and do not want you to have equal pay at the jobs you're working that are equivalent to white men and everyone else doing the same thing. You have got to stop being so asleep out here, right? You guys, you got to exercise the real version of woke. Woke is supposed to be identifying and dealing with the inequalities and the needed equity of what the fuck is wrong in this society. Let's get to it, okay? I don't see enough of you talking about these things that are really important and that are really going to affect us come November. You got to be thinking about this shit now. That little girl's case, the reason why I'm bringing it up and I'm very passionate about it at the moment is because her case is a case they're trying to use to fight to bring back Roe, as well as the many other women in Texas that literally died because of the fact they could not have children, have abortions that were endangering their lives. I need you black women to wake up, because once you wake up and you start making more videos about how this shit is important and how this will impact our literal lives, then all the other women will follow. And you know this to be true. We don't need any more videos about relationships with black males and caring about what they think about us, and old women versus young women, natural women versus women who wear cosmetics and extra hair. We don't need those videos, because guess what? You have to learn to be comfortable with you and your own skin, love yourself, live your life, and don't give a fuck about a dude, any kind of fucking dude, and especially a black male, because all they ever do, and I'm going to show you a lot of that too before I get off here tonight, all they do is tear you down to the world because they don't want you to have anything. And because they have nothing, they want you to be with them. You know the saying, misery loves company. And if you have anything, they feel like you're not supposed to give it to anybody else but them. But if they would get their asses up out the gutter and stop being homeless in the street and go participate in the programs all over the country to get their ass back on track, you know what? Then maybe they might be able to do something with their own lives and stop trying to live vicariously and literally through other Black women's lives and control them and kill them when they feel like they have no control over this woman trying to reclaim her own life. Come on, y'all. Let's get with it. It's time to stop this silly shit. Wake up. We're grown women. We were not born in this world tethered or attached to some fucking dude. We don't live our lives like that either. We don't need them. We've never needed them. They have always needed us. So it's time for y'all to put your fucking helmets on and get in the goddamn game, okay? All right, let's get back to this. So this is the website for you guys to get that information all over the nation when you are having problems and you need a little more cash flow, or you have an issue with your budget and you need to understand how to expand that money. Let's see, what's this one? That we did that one. All right, sorry, y'all. I'm catching up. All right, this is another one. Piggybacking off of the video that Pretty Black Magic did about that funny looking dude with the beard and glasses and the hat talking shit about the Black women complaining about their mortgages going up. I decided to put this in here for y'all so y'all understand that there's a third way to get mortgages and find your houses that are way cheaper. You got the conventional loans, and then you have the FDHA, and this is also the USDA, right? This is for the entire nation. You drop down this menu, pick your state, and go to work on the information. These are direct home loans, y'all. This means no down payment, none of that shit. It's like 100% finance, right? Whatever they tell you your mortgage monthly payment is, that's what you paying. No more, no less, until shit increases. That's just life. When shit increases, your mortgage will go up. You're going to handle it, and you're still going to keep soldiering on, okay? I need you to know this stuff is out here so that when people are trying to tell you that you have no other way to do things and you feel like you're pushed up against the wall or you can't get around anything in life and you can't work towards, somebody's at my door, work towards, what do you call it, generational wealth, there is a way. Give me one moment to see who that is. Who the hell is at my door? That'll be Amazon. Naya, let's go, son. Yes, it was Amazon. Who's this? Somebody came out with a new song. Oh, I messed up my mic. Sorry, y'all. All right. So you see here where it says single family home direct loans in New York. It could go for any state. Let me just pick a random state. Georgia. Everybody's in Georgia. Same thing. See? Don't matter. Pick some more states. Where's my Louisiana? Same thing. See? Let me see. Pick somebody else. Florida. Oh, and the Virgin Islands. I know that now. Go ahead. So this one is actually for when you pull it. Let me show y'all because it didn't come up like that. See here where it says Florida and the Virgin Islands? Because yes, many people from the mainland do go live in the American Virgin Islands. I've been over there to St. Thomas. Beautiful. Yo, the best part about the American Virgin Islands, outside of the rest of the Caribbean, the water pressure, the lights, the sewage, everything is just as good as the mainland. Keep that in mind if you're going to move. All right. And then also here they have Hawaii and Western Pacific. So many places for you to look to buy homes. Drop this menu, y'all, and go to work. Where else do they have? Let me see. I went too fast. Sorry. Let's see. Texas, Vermont, and Wisconsin, Wyoming. I like Cheyenne. I got some cousins out there. All right. See? All right. Outside of that, what else do I have over here? Again, USDA. USDA, let's listen to this little man real quick, and then we'll get back to business.
Today's video, we're going to be talking about USDA loans in detail. We're going to be talking about the loan requirements, what you need to satisfy in order to purchase a home with no money down using a USDA loan. So what is a USDA loan? A USDA loan is a mortgage loan, is offered to rural property owners by the United States Department of Agriculture, which means, yes, you have to live in a rural area in order to do a USDA loan. If you're here in Southern California, where I'm located, there are no rural areas within a couple of hours away. But with that said, over 90% of the United States is eligible for USDA loans. And we'll talk about how to figure out if you're in one of those areas as we dive into today's video. But before we do that, I'd like to take a minute and ask a favor. If you find any value in my videos at all, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. And also please subscribe to the channel to support the work I do here, along with staying updated on everything mortgage and real estate related. Now, the biggest benefit of a USDA loan is the fact that you can buy a home with no money down, absolutely no down payment. But as I mentioned earlier, your home has to be located in a rural area. So how do you determine whether or not the property you're looking at actually meets the requirements for a USDA loan? Well, I actually put a link in the description below where you can go and put in a property address to figure out whether or not the area that you're looking in is actually classified as a rural area. If it is, then you're good to go. Unfortunately, if it's not, then USDA is not going to be a loan option for you when it comes to buying a home. Now, the second thing I want to talk about when talking about USDA loan requirements that's different from all other loan programs out there is the fact that USDA has income restrictions. And that's because USDA loans are meant for low to moderate income families. So with that, your household income cannot exceed a certain limit, which all varies depending on the size of your household as well as the region that you're located. Now, again, I put a link in the description below so that you can go and check the area that you're looking to purchase in to figure out what the income restrictions are for that location. Now,
okay, I'm going to cut him off because he's pumping his channel. But let me just tell you something. He's absolutely right? So what you guys want to do is you're going to go on to the USDA website. You're going to put your website zip code into the website, and it's going to show you all the available houses in your state. Now, let me just tell y'all this, right? Because a lot of you guys live in states that are way better than New York when it comes to the rural areas, right? This is going to be dynamite for y'all. You're going to see so many places that you didn't even know was owned by the government. And you're going to call them up. And if you're really interested in Black women starting and growing generational wealth for you and your children only, not dragging these delinquent, degenerate, sexually deviant Black males with you, you're going to be better off for it. Do that, and then contact. When you go onto the website, it'll show you all the different people to contact to begin your process. Now, don't forget, let me go get Shahida. I forgot to get Shahida. I am very sorry about that, guys. Where did I go? Hold on. Sorry. Let me just get Shahida for y'all. 1 second. I want another one. Come on. What is it acting stupid for? All right. Okay, I'm back. Where's Shahida? Shahida, where are you? Even though I've been telling y'all about her forever and you guys just don't listen. Okay, so this is Shahida, right? So when you do all of this, you go on USDA and you're on that website and you're finding all these places that are owned by the government, no money down and all that. You're going to go on her channel, and she has videos about all this stuff to walk you through it. And you see this little blue thing here, link or whatever. That's that book. That is that masterclass book she has that walks you through the entire home buying process so that you're not taken advantage of, so that you work out your contracts, so that you see how a lot of these black women on here, yelling about their mortgage going up and stuff. She will, I can't tell you because I ain't as smart as her when it comes to home buying. She will tell you how to make that not be as difficult as it needs to be when that time comes. And the reason I'm saying that to y'all black women is because it is a reality. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that your mortgage will stay the same. It's not how it goes. It often goes up for one reason or the other, right? But this is the lady where you can find out in depth how to make sure it goes up at the least amount possible for you to maintain that house, okay? So you go to USDA. I'm telling you that because that's where I got my house from, okay? And I'm trying to get another one for my daughter, all right? And because I'm older and my credit is better than hers, and I got a little bit more money than she has, I'll do it and give it to my child, all right? Because they will do things for me they won't do for her because she doesn't have the same situation as me. These are the type of things, black women, you want to do for your children to instill that they get a better lot in life than we were given. This is why I do the things I do on here. This is why many other black women do the things we do on here for black women. Please understand that, black women. You are like an incredible amount of transformation just waiting to happen. If y'all just let loose of the dead weight, which is these black males worrying about relationships and being so afraid to go outside your race to other men that do not include white men or black males. We're going to get to that, but let's finish this. So this is Shahida. She is the fucking greatest. You're most welcome, Patty. She is the greatest when it comes to buying a home. She tells you everything. She even has open lives where you could call in or write in the questions or talk to her in advance and she will help you. The only thing she can't do is represent you because she's on YouTube and you don't live in Georgia and she's not accepting clients because I tried it. Okay, just letting you know. All right, so let's keep going, right? That's your girl. That really is your girl when it comes to knowing everything about buying a house and making sure you get to the point where your mortgage is not fucking choking you out. All right. So back to Rosa. We all apologize, girl. I apologize personally. I told you when I met you at this march, I was totally wrong about you. We need you. We need Ori to bring herself back too. And rest in peace, Cha-Cha. But we need our soldiers for freaking black femicide. I was just reading this as I was talking. That's why I kind of like fell out like that, because I've been trying to get in touch with Ori and I see that Ori's name is on here. So I'm gonna go back on this petition after this live and try to get in contact with Ori, because when I went to Cali, I was trying to find her like crazy because the march wasn't done, but I wanted to see if we could hook up and do more for black femicide. I have lost everybody. I'm trying to look for a spiritual whistleblower. She's here with me in New York City. I can't find her. I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to let her know I'm looking for her in reference to black femicide, and I want to find her. I don't know where she's at. Okay. And all the rest of you content creators who are in New York City outside of Tanya, which I don't really think is really in New York City, can you please let me know who you are? Try my email because my email is jacked up sometime, but try it. Or wait, let me see. Let me put it in here again. Put it in here. I need women to help me, okay, with organizing for black femicide. Like, we can still do marches, guys. We just have to do the shit ourselves. Now that we don't have Rosa and Ori. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't go to a fancy state. You guys got to come to New York City, and you can come hang out with me. We can go to places I know that you'd have a lot of fucking fun with after the march, right? We can go look where the rich men are, get some dancing in, get some eating in. Come on. We need women. We need women to stand up for black femicide, fight for women. We got to fight for ourselves. We need laws to be passed for these motherfuckers to get the death penalty who are out here taking us out like it's all right. and taking our children with us. I'm going to show you more about that too. All right. So now this is still going. Please, I'm going to put all the links like I always do after the video in the description, right? Hit this petition as many times as you can. Bring it back to life. Bring my petition back to life. It's important because each state now is having so many Black women being killed that lawmakers are looking into this shit, and they reviving the laws. They're coming up with new ones they're trying to pass. There's a lot of things that they're doing. Let me get to some of them now. It doesn't matter that it doesn't make sense to jump all around. So let me get to it. So here we have, right? You see how you got all these Quillbot is it? Oh yeah, I like Quillbot. But anyway, you see how there are more articles coming out. This one I saw on LinkedIn, right? So this is somebody trying to bring this forward and talking about the silencing of the. Hey, can y'all take that over there away from me? Thank you. About the silences of women talking about Black femicide, right? Then in the New York Times, I don't know if you guys were aware of the fact, but Kenya recently had one of the biggest demonstrations in regards to Black femicide in Africa and in Nairobi, Kenya, to be specific. Now, Pretty Black Magic was the only person on YouTube talking about the killing of women and little girls in thank you for that, in Africa. So give her flowers for that, because she was on top of this before the newspaper started making this a thing, and before the the UN decided to make Nairobi an issue, because this is only coming to you by way of the United Nations. I don't know if y'all can read it, but I'm gonna read it to y'all, right? It says, shaken by grisly killings of women, activists in Africa demand change. Now we all know, I'm gonna continue with that, but we know that activists are fighting Black femicide in Africa. They're fighting Black femicide in Europe, specifically in England, and they're fighting Black femicide in America. I know it goes on in South America too, because on my old channel, I did a whole diatribe of videos about what was going on in Nicaragua, Colombia, Ecuador, Trinidad, Kirks and Caicos. I did a whole bunch of countries where they was just killing Black women, like whether they were Black Hispanics, Black Indians, they were just slaughtering them. And I wish I would have been able to keep that video, but I'll try to do another one. But this is becoming a worldwide headliner. So to continue on, it says, get out of here with that. By my foot fighting and playing, damn fool. Sorry, y'all. Shaken by grisly killings of women, activists in Africa demand change. The continent has the highest rate of gender-related killings of women in the world. According to United Nations, activists accused officials of ignoring the issue and blaming the victims. That is the same thing they're doing in America. I can't speak for Europe, but they're doing the same thing here. Like, take for instance that Tyrone situation on what's her name, Paris's channel. That Tyrone dude, NASA dude, he has been beating up women, catching protection, what do you call those things? Restraining orders. Got the police looking for him, detectives looking for him, homies running from one state, dodging another state. But yet, in her comments, women were saying crazy shit like, why we got to bring up somebody's past and why we got to talk about the negative things. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why are y'all so desensitized to things that literally affect you by these grisly Black males who are out here killing you every day, beating your ass every day, raping your little girls every day, and coming up in your house and taking all your money, eating up your food, fucking up and funking up your couch? Why are you making excuses for these people when you know literally how they act? And the crazy shit about all of this is they act like savages in the homes with Black women and children, but yet are the first motherfuckers on YouTube crying about how Black women, and I'm saying this right now for a reason because I'm going to let you hear this shit in a little while, don't know how to have relationships with black males, their fathers, and with men, period. Now, all of this shit is a stereotype created by stereotypes of black women they like to project and promote on YouTube. Now, those of us who are adults and have thinking, well-functioning minds know that there is no group of women, especially black women, who are a fucking monolith, that all these black males and now white males on YouTube are trying to promote as the only type of black women that exist in the world are these black women that are very uneducated, very uncouth in their behavior, and just are like real desensitized towards the violence that happens to black women and young girls and little girls. That is not who we are. Those women they show acting like out of control women, that is not the collective of black women as much as you motherfuckers want to believe that. That is not. The majority of black women are like me, Pretty Black Magic, and all the rest of the content creators on here that are decent black women who have education, have money, have their families set up, and are going about life the way they're supposed to. We don't have no niggas in our house beating our ass, taking our money out of our accounts, holding us in our homes under duress, and making us behave and act like we ain't got no fucking sense. Brutalizing our children, raping them up, and beating them to death. Do you know that here in New York City just yesterday, some bum ass black dude in Brooklyn that was some lady's boyfriend, right, was babysitting another black woman's child and beat and killed this woman who left her child to be babysat, who had no relation to this black male, beat and killed her 3-year-old child to death, beat him and then drowned him in the bathtub in Brooklyn just yesterday. So that's for all the white ignorant niggas that come on here and these black degenerate niggas that come on here talking about black women don't know how to have relationships with men, their father, and males in general. First off, motherfucker, you don't, when you white or anybody else out here, keep your motherfucking mouth off of black women and show some respect to who the fuck we are, okay? We know how to have every relationship we need to have that's beneficial to us, all right? You nasty skinned motherfuckers, all right? Let me tell you something. We don't have relationships with people who come in our house and demand our money that they don't work for. Come in our house and are drug users, alcoholics, child molesters, and child fucking predators. People who kill women, beat women, and children alike. If you think that we are fixing to have a fucking relationship with a degenerate piece of shit like that, you out your motherfucking mind and you probably just as degenerate as that motherfucker. So you know what I say to you? Kiss my ass completely, the whole motherfucking thing. You understand that? And suck a sick dick. That's what I say to you. All right, who's talking to me? Hey, Patty said, what? I haven't heard of this. Yeah, girl. New York One just last night. Go on there. Go on NewYork1.com. Run back the news from last night. I forget what part of Brooklyn, but the babysitter was watching this little boy, and it was her man or her boyfriend, whatever the fuck it was in there in the home with her when she was babysitting these children and killed some random woman's son. For whatever reason, they didn't go into it because you know how they are here. NYPD still doing the investigation, but he killed that little boy, beat him to death, drowned him. However that works, I don't know. But they said he was beaten and then drowned. I don't know how that worked. Either I don't know which one came first, but I know that baby's dead. And it was some degenerate motherfucker from Brooklyn. Yes, indeed. Melissa said, what? What? Wow, what? What is wrong with these? Everything is wrong with these black men, Melissa. This is why I am always telling black women to stay the fuck away from them. But I don't know what it is about a lot of black women from the South and the Midwest. They gotta have these motherfuckers, and they're the ones being killed. When I go on to Black Girl on Lois's channel, I think I need to put. Yeah, let me check my pot real quick. All right, sorry, y'all. All right, so when I go into Black Girls Unlost channel and Black Girl Gone, Twisted Crimes, Crazy Crimes, all those channels, right? It is always these women down south, Midwest, further west. They getting murked the worst. I don't know what is going on in Memphis right now, but Memphis is killing Black people like it's going out of style. Okay? It's crazy. Black women, I should add. So it is insane. Then when you add on top of that you have all this fuck clown shit going on YouTube with these Black males, right? You got them on here trying to shame Black women into relationships with them because their ass is broke and they're going to be homeless if they can't use and abuse and live off of a Black woman, right? So I see them online with all this new shit now where there's clips and shorts of these Black guys saying the same shit Black women have been saying for the longest. Like, yeah, you guys want to say it's cute and it's feisty when a Hispanic woman is going off about something, but you got a problem with it when it's a Black woman. That shit is too little too late. I don't give a fuck about you trying to kiss somebody's ass to get back into our good graces. Those of us with brains, we're not fucking with you, period. To me, it wouldn't matter what you did. You could do incredible changeover and a new transition. I don't give a fuck. I'm not fucking with you. And any Black woman with sense is not fucking with you either. Because you could never take back all the Black women you have killed, all the Black children you have slaughtered. 20 plus years of dragging our fucking name on this internet. Are you crazy? You can't take that shit back with no bullshit pandering videos and motherfuckers trying to act like, oh, I'm the good dude. Let me talk about the bad Black dude. Fuck them too. Don't y'all fall for that bullshit. Please don't. Don't fall for it. Because they always running game on this goddamn media, this social media thing here. It's either old versus young, natural against not natural, BBLs versus regular. Cut the bullshit. And that's another thing. I don't know who did that video, but kudos to you, where you actually had the doctor come on and the doctor say, that dumb nigga that was on here talking about BBL stink, that's a stupid motherfucker. BBLs do not stink. If anything is stinking, somebody need to wash their ass. But as far as the actual surgery, there's no such thing as BBL stink. That's just a way to degrade women and to lower their self-esteem so these slimy, disgusting motherfuckers could get a chance at a woman that wouldn't otherwise give their ass no type of never mind. Okay? Get back to this shit. Yeah, so this is exciting that now that you got the United Nations trying to get in on this, this is something where they tried this once before when Rosa was doing this big time. I don't know why she didn't let them in, but they're getting in on it now. So now that they're getting in on it, I know this is going to get a way more traction than it got before. And I can't wait because, believe me, y'all, when they start working on this Black femicide shit, they're going to clean the streets of these motherfuckers. Believe me, they are. Do you know, I told y'all, right? They do experiments with New York City. We have the National Guard in this motherfucker and the regular police. They're not playing with these fucking Black dudes. And let me tell y'all something. Be thankful and be hopeful that it works well here in New York City. Because if it does, they're going to say, okay, if it worked in New York City, we're going to bring that shit to Memphis. We're going to bring that shit to Milwaukee. We're going to go everywhere where these stupid niggas are killing these Black women. And we're going to let these motherfucking law enforcement and military go off on their ass. And you know what? Call for it. I know I just said pray for and hope, but literally call for it. Call up your representatives and tell them, hey, guess what? The same way we here, they got the military, the what did they call it? The National Guard in New York City. And it's keeping down crime and it's deterring crime and it's causing the women there to be a lot safer. We need that here because we had such and such many homicides of Black women and children this month, last month, 3 months, 6 months. Do that. Let them bring all that white man and military and law enforcement power to your local street. Because Black women need to stop dying And black women need to be safe in their own communities, just like white women and everybody else. Okay. And I'm sorry. I know there are people that will say we cannot arrest away the problem. I'm sorry. I am a firm believer in the fact that yes, we can arrest away the problem. If those motherfuckers are going away for life, they're getting the death penalty, or they're getting 2 and 3 fucking consecutive life sentences. They will never be able to rape another person, rob another person, kill another person, or harm another person. I'm all fucking for it. Do you hear me? I'm telling you, black women, write emails, pick up your phone and tell your representatives, councilmen, senators, congressmen, state senators, we want that shit here too. We want the National Guard in our town too, the same way they got it in New York City. Because let me tell you something, National Guard could go a step higher than the police. So if them motherfuckers want to try to get live, the National Guard has the right to mow all them motherfuckers down if they jump out of line. So you want them in your town, and you want them motherfuckers to think they about that life, because the National Guard will show them. We'll tear you the fuck down where you stand, mow you in half. A cop can't do that, but the National Guard can. You want the National Guard where you live. You want these motherfuckers to get an understanding that this is not the wild, wild west on black women and little girls. And motherfucker, you gonna start acting like an adult. Yes, you are around here. Oh, you should see them here, y'all. I really need to start making videos of the subway. You should see these motherfuckers now. Shook like a motherfucker out here, okay? Because they know, first off, the police will beat their ass into the ground. That's number one. And number two, those military people look like they waiting to catch a motherfucker. Just to show the fact that you got me here for a reason. I'm going to do the job with flying fucking colors that you put me here to do. Y'all need to call for it. I'm telling you, you need to call for it. When I come through, I see them, I feel good. I'm glad to see them. I wish they put more of them on the streets in every fucking neighborhood that's idiotic. Like where that poor young girl got shot, the twins got shot in Brooklyn the other day. Now, a couple of my friends was arguing with me. I said that was the end of Park Slope. They like, no, that's Burham Hall, I think. You Brooklynites, you tell me, you correct me. I thought it was Park Slope. They say no. So anyway, last year, if y'all remember, there was a shooting at that same place last year. I know these things because I live here. So now that's a place that what the city council here is trying to do is places like that where people are being killed and getting fucked up all over. But now in New York City, because we're the test dummies, they want to put the National Guard in areas like that. Listen, they send the surveys through the email, because I know I had got a survey yesterday from the mayor about that. I'm all for it. I put yes all down the fucking survey. Bring them motherfuckers everywhere. These niggas is out of control. That's my answer. Kill them all. Take them all out of this motherfucker. They taking women and girls. Take their ass too. That's how I feel about it. And you should feel the same fucking way. Because if these motherfuckers really cared about you like that, for all you black male worshiping, fucking Crimson Cure, whatever the rest of them bitches' names out there with fucking dashikis and do-rags, worrying about their black king. If them motherfuckers loved you so much, they wouldn't be out here taking your life like that and fucking your children up the way they doing. You black women better wake up. And let's get back to it. What are we up to? Okay, we did that. What's this? Kenya. All right, here's another one. Look here, y'all. I found this today, right? In USA Today or US News. Murder rate for black women is 6 times that of whites. Do you see the date? February 9th, 2024. I didn't find anything for March, but this is the last one. But it's going to show you that this is something that people are starting to talk about. Now they're talking about, look here, right? Forget all the ads and stuff. Sorry about that. But you see here, look what it says. Black women in the United States are 6 times more likely on average to be murdered than white women, a new study finds. And that risk runs even higher when looking at specific states and time periods. researchers report. Now they're doing this report. You can check the report in the Lancet journal. That's the thing there. But you understand that's the most important point, black women. If that motherfuckers are starting to research this, that means that action is coming, right? Let's go down a little further. As a scholar whose research examines intimate partner violence, I have long known that there were disparities in homicide rates between black and white women, said lead researcher, this is probably a sister girl, Bernadine Waller, a postdoctorate research fellow of psychiatry at Columbia University, Columbia University Irving Medical Center. So this was done here in New York City. So if you want to read this thing, or at least a summary of it, or even an abstract, you're going to Google or search Bernadine Waller, postdoctorate research fellow of psychiatry at Columbia University Irving Medical Center. That whole last bit, the shit will pop up. You can read it. Or if you're in college now, go to your college library and find this whole research paper or however she did it and read it and disseminate it. Give it out to the rest of us, okay? Because I would like to see it too. All right. This is the last thing I wanted to show y'all because I don't think I have anything else on black femicide. Yes, I do. Okay. So this is Congress again. Remember I told you guys that the HR bill was back. Here it is. This is HR. They changed the numbers now. So now it's HR 7354, Protect Black Women and Girls. Now, last I knew about this, it was introduced, right? Period. It didn't go no further. Then in Milwaukee, it was introduced but stalled in the Senate because of, why did they say it stalled? Give me a minute, y'all. They took some type of break or something, I believe it was. All right. But let me tell y'all something. This is coming back. And you're going to see state by state. This is me. But when you go down here, right? This bill, right? And they talk about the co-sponsors. You see how they have these little filters down here? This is why I tell y'all it's important to go on the actual government websites so that you can know really what the fuck is going on. So this is on congress.gov, right? So, but if you go in here and start dropping these filters and playing around, you're going to see all the other states that are down with this, that are co-sponsors. New York could have co-sponsors from other states and stuff like that. In particular, this bill right here, you can see here where it says, this bill was co-sponsored by Georgia. And then you have some of the co-sponsors, the different reps. You see the people here. And all of these people so far have been Democrats. I don't see any Republicans giving a fuck about black women getting slaughtered every 4 to 5 hours of the day. I'm saying things like that because I want y'all to understand. Y'all sit around and talk about stuff on YouTube like it's real life when it's not. When you want to know real life, you go to the source. You go to congress.gov. You take your time. You go on here. You read that shit. You hit the links. You read more stuff. You understand that when you hit those links, sometimes they extend to other factors, other websites, other people, other places. You read all that stuff. You take it in. You understand it. If you don't understand it, there are other newspapers, political independent newspapers outside of the ones that push agendas where you could get a real take on what's happening. This is how you find out what's going on in this country. Not what you hear on TikTok, not what you hear on YouTube by your favorite content creators, but by what you literally going onto the sites and reading it for yourself without me telling you. If you simply just, wherever you are in your home, go into congress.gov, this is going to be the bill that's on there. It's one of many. And you're going to drop down the filters to, you can't read all of them because you would never get off the website. But at least you could peruse through them to see how many bills they have put forth to change the way you live within the coming year, within the next few years, the next election, etc. That is how people find out and know what's going on before the news does. This is what they do. You do the same thing with the Senate. You do the same thing with your state assembly. This is how you find out how the people you vote for who represent your state, what the fuck they're doing at work. And you could clearly see the Congress people are not doing their job besides the Democrats. Clearly, only people who give a fuck if we breathe or not have been voting on this bill. And that's sad, but it is a reality. But that also lets you know that despite what the fuck you hear, when people are talking, and I'm talking about these bullshit representatives, right? When they blowing smoke up your ass talking about what they're going to do for you, this is the way you find out if they really practicing what they preach or if they full of shit. If you go onto these websites and you go look up that particular representative's name, you can see how that dumb motherfucker or dumb broad voted all year. And if they voted against things that are for your best interest, you don't vote for them. If they voted for things that concern you and that will make your life better, then that is who you're supposed to vote for. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, man? That is how you decide who is the best candidate for the job. It is not whether or not they belong to the party you like. It is what the fuck they do at work. And I've been telling y'all this for the longest. I want y'all to really start doing this. I need y'all to become more politically informed because guess what, Black women? I need y'all to become the next powerful political group in this country. Asians right now are leading the fucking charge. You welcome catnip. They leading the charge. They get anything they want, okay? Because they do the same very thing I'm telling you about. When they want something in their country, and believe me, if y'all ever come to New York City, all you got to do is go anywhere the Asian people live here, and you watch and see how their shit is more decked out than any Black community. If you go to Flushing, my oldest son, he lives in Flushing now, right? Nothing but Asian people, right? He's one of the few Black people that live there. They got their own banks. They got their own businesses. They got their own stores. They got their own schools. They got everything. They rent to each other. They do everything. You know why my son got that apartment in Flushing? It's because I have a sister-in-law who is a Korean woman. So who's that? Who Melissa said you stand? Tell him, Melissa, tell him how Flushing is all Asian people. Everything there, even when you go there, all the signs are in whatever language the people speak. You barely see anything. You see, Melissa, tell you, I ain't lying. She's really from New York, right? So they have it like that, right? They're powerful because they got their voting politics down pat. Black women, just because we Black, we don't got to drag Black men along with us. We can separate from them when it comes to anything we want in America if we come together collectively and fight for it for ourselves. That is how we progress in this country. Because if we sit around and wait for white men to give it to us and Black males, we're going to end up back on the plantation because I'm going to try to speed this up. I want y'all to hear this Black man talk shit about us on Crystal Swirls Live and just in general how they feel like they're doing that but regurgitating the same shit that these Black males have been saying about us for like 20 years on YouTube. Now they're starting to do the same things, not just on platforms, but they getting bold now and they coming on Black women's channels and talking shit to us. Now see me, that nigga wouldn't have got away with that shit with me. I would have cussed this motherfucking white ass out so bad. And then on top of that, I would have let him know a fucking few things about the things that he's thinking about us as Black women. First off, motherfucker, you don't know us, okay? And the shit that these Black males are telling you online is because these desperate motherfuckers can't live without Black women helping them. So it behooves them to come online and make all types of people in the world, because this shit is worldwide, right? Make all types of people think we ain't shit. We all out here sucking dick on the corner for $2 and fucking anybody that walks down the street. That is not who we are. That may be they mamas and who raised them and the women that are in their lives, their grandmothers, aunts, and everything else, and the women they want to be with. But that is not women like me and the women in my chat, or the women that are related to me, or the women I knew and grew up with, or people in general in my community. Most Black women that live in major metropolitan cities are highly educated. They work for the city, the state, and the federal government. They are not out here pussy popping on the corner. So I'm sorry for all these weak ass, no understanding of what it is to be a man who have to come on YouTube and try to tear down women who have more fucking ambition and more levels of responsibility and accountability than they do. They're the ones on here crying about having a problem paying $5 in child support and whining to a fucking white man related to a dead man who's running for president independently about programs where they try to get out of paying for their children that they run around begging motherfuckers to have for them. Like the shit is just too stupid to believe. And the way that they come online and show just how fucking stupid they are, it is unbelievable. But the fact that these white men are eating this shit up, to me, it's not new and it's not unexpected. This is who the fuck white men are. And this is why I've always said to Black women, they're not your Prince Charming and they're not coming to save you. They're just as fucked up as the Black males. They are, if not more, when it comes to them being and dealing with Black women. But anyway, we get to that. Let's hurry it up. Let's move it along. Karen, what would you say, Melissa? Whenever I go to New York City. What do you mean whenever I go to New York City? I thought you lived here. Okay. I stay in Flushing. Those people are on code. Yeah, they are. They are. I thought you lived here. And man said, I laugh out loud. I can't listen to none of those dudes on here. No, you shouldn't because they're very ignorant. Melissa said, I still can't believe those Black men set up on that white candidate's face and complain about response. Yeah, that dude was one of the Kennedys. You're welcome, Letitia Lovejoy. I forget which one he was. He's one of those guys that got killed, one of their sons, like either John or I don't know. It's one of the Kennedy brothers. It's one of them dudes. He's one of their, I don't know. He's related to them. He's one of the Kennedys. I don't know. I live amongst white men and they're envious of white women. White men. Yeah, JFK. Thank you. I knew it was one of them motherfuckers. But thing is, white men got problems. Let's just put it out there, okay? JFK Jr. There you go. They got problems. All right. Black women. You gotta understand like who you are in this world. Now, of course, everybody knows we're Mother Earth. Put that to the side for a minute. But when you look at you every day in life, right? We're not like other women. Regardless, I'm talking about American Black women. Because when you come from Africa, you come from the Caribbean, they beat women down, right? Yes, you have feisty women all over the world, but they beat them down. And their culture is really to have men dominate women, right? You're welcome. So, but here in America, Black women are always in the forefront for change. We have always been, from Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, all the way up to modern day, whatever activists is out there, even people like me and you who are saying no to the bullshit. We're still activists too, because we are not teaching our little girls and women around us to shrink themselves into believing that they are inferior to men and they're supposed to put their lives in the garbage and take up the mantle and protect the life of Black males and live for them and don't live and do anything for yourself. No, we're teaching them the opposite. Live for yourself. Live your own life. Love yourself. Be responsible for you and only you. Fuck them. Let them take care of themselves. If they can't do it, let them die. It's that simple. That's how I feel about it. So this is important because we need this to pass, right? Let's get back to this for a minute. So I want to show y'all this, right? Where's the part for us where, okay, I would have to sign in. Okay, let me show you something. So see up here where it says sign in, you would have to sign in, create an account, right? When you sign in, what happens is over here, you're going to get like a blue box. That's going to say yay or nay. So you, as a citizen of America, whatever state you live in, you get to vote as well on all the bills that are introduced and trying to get passed in whatever house or body of government it is. If it's the Senate, you get to say on that. If in here we're talking about the Congress, we get to say here. But you have to have an account, log in, and then you click either yay or nay, and then they'll give you more information about the bill. That way, it's like, see here, these tabs. This gives you information about the bill. It tells you it's one text, meaning it's not that long to read, right? It says it has 5 actions on it. So when you click that, it'll tell you the actions that was taken on it. Let me show you. Is it going? No, it's not going to work. Oh, it did work. I thought it wasn't because I wasn't logged in. All right. So it goes by date, right? So it's 5 actions on the same day. So this is how it goes. It says like referred to committee on the judiciary, and in addition to the committees on. Okay, so it's telling you that in addition to it going to the floor to be voted on, or it wasn't voted on, it was actually introduced, right? So it's waiting for them to vote. It was also given to these other committees for them to read it and understand that their support and consideration and any suggestions they have is needed. We want you to look at this and tell us what you think and help us get this done. This is the different actions it was taken. This is how they tell you. Introduced to the House, referred to this committee, referred to that committee, referred to that other committee, referred again. That's all the actions taken. Then let's go here. Another tab, it talks about the titles. And they talk about how, this is the first official title, right? Where it's going to, how it's introduced. And then it tells you what it's about. Protect Black Women and Girls Act. Then they shorten it to, they didn't shorten it this time. It stayed the same, right? So then when you go to the next one would be amendments, but they didn't have none. And here you see this bill has already over 30 different people, co-sponsors, that are in agreement with this bill. As these numbers move up, this bill will be passed, because if more co-sponsors latch on, it gets passed in the Congress, it becomes a fucking law. We want that to happen. This is why I tell you guys, get on these sites and go in there and exercise your right as a citizen. You have to start doing these things. And if you don't know how to do all these things, no problem. There are videos on YouTube to show you how the voting process works in America, so you can find out exactly. You can read it. You can call up the voter registration office. They'll give you details. They'll even send you a whole book and etc. They tell you how to run for office, how things work, what happens when this happens, this. They tell you the whole thing. You have to learn this so that when you hear things on the news, you hear things in the newspaper, you hear shit online, you know if it's for real or if it's bullshit. Like a lot of things, like remember back in the month, a few months ago, people were on here saying dumb shit like the Democratic Party has to do better with some of these candidates they're giving us. Now you see, when you go on these websites and you start getting more active into learning how the voting process works, you know that was a stupid fucking thing to say to begin with, because that's not at all what the National Democratic Party or any other party does. That's just not what a party does. They do not create candidates and give them out. No, they don't do that. So therefore, when you learn all this stuff firsthand from the actual real fucking source of information, when other people come on here and do videos that just ass out, you just look at them and go, that's a crock of shit, and keep on going. And you won't be hoodwinked, because they do it because they know you don't know. Well, all you got to do is go on the website and learn how it goes, literally verbatim. They will show you. You could literally follow the bill as it is going through the damn literal body on the floor. Right now, you see it's in stage 1. It's introduced. The next stage is this. Let me make it a little bigger so I can read it. So the first stage is being introduced. The second is it has to pass the House. Then it has to pass the Senate. Then it goes to the president to be signed. If the president signs that shit, then it becomes a law. That's the whole track of a bill becoming a law. This was taught to me in school. I know it was taken out of school, but if for those of you that are old as me or a little bit younger and you knew Schoolhouse Rock used to teach you all this shit. straight up and down. But now you don't need Schoolhouse Rock. Now you just need reading comprehension skills. You go on to congress.gov, read everything on this page. You'll know everything about what they're fucking doing this month and the next month to come. Do the same thing with senate.gov. That's all you do. And if, like with me, I live in New York State. So if I want to know what the fuck are they doing in the assembly, I go to NewYorkAssembly.gov. There we go. You understand? You do the same for where you live. And no one will be able to pull games on you anymore. That's why I always say education is more important than money. Because when you know shit, people cannot play you. They can't get over on you. Because you know they fucking around to begin with. All right, let's keep moving. So we did this one. All right, we got one more. This here is from an independent newspaper I read from time to time. It also has a website. This is called frontiers.org, right? All right. They're talking about femicide as well. And see here, they're calling for legal codification and national surveillance. So basically what they're saying is they're trying to gather up the whole makeup of the victimization of Black women and track the violent deaths, right? This is what that is. That's what legal codification is and national surveillance. There's possibly, I'm pretty sure, there's a group of people plus a sociologist somewhere here that is doing this work because they're looking at how sick these motherfuckers are to commit these urgent injuries. And then they're looking at the impact it has on the family. What will happen to the community if these stupid motherfuckers are allowed to continue to do this, versus what will happen if they're removed from society and removed from that community, and what will happen to the people left behind when the violence and the threat and the death taking is removed. That is what that means right there. That is what a call for legal codification and national surveillance means. That means that we laugh. I've heard people laughing about the committees and shit like that, but you got to understand how America works. They don't just do shit right off the bat unless it's an extreme emergency. They have to go through a process, and they're putting the process right in front of you. Look at it, Black women. They said introduction. Introduction is telling people what the problem is, right? That's number one. Then the second step is, look, making the visible invisible. Now you see what they're talking about? Efforts to name, define, criminalize, and document femicides in USA. They want you to go, this is the problem. Look at it up close. Look at what it did to this woman. Look what was left behind. How do you think these children that are left behind are going to grow up? What are they going to do in life? How are we going to fix them so they don't become these fucking idiots who did the killing in the first place? That's what that paragraph is about. The third paragraph is call for action on Black femicide in the United States. What do we want here? In here, you talk about creating laws. You talk about increasing law enforcement, like when I was talking about earlier, with bringing the military as well as the police department into the areas where this shit is happening all the time, to eliminate it, to stop it, or to give serious consequence. That's what that's about, right? Then, now look, include a clear, comprehensive definition of femicide in U.S. penal law. What that means is they are trying to create a fucking charge, a literal homicide charge, all of his own in the criminal penal code. Literally the same way they got murder 1, murder 2, whatever. They're trying to make Black femicide a charge, where when these motherfuckers go for killing Black women, it's no longer a murder in the first, second, or third degree. It's going to be charged with Black femicide in the first, second, or third degree. I'm here for this shit. This is why you got to yell and scream and always talk about Black femicide, because this shit is getting its boots. It's coming to fucking life. You understand me, right? Excuse me for the passion. I love this shit right here. Then look at this. improve accuracy and completeness of data on femicide, including perpetrators. Let me read this because I'm not clear on this. I know a lot of shit, but I don't know what this means. So, to catalog and analyze femicides under the new proposed penal code. Okay, I'm liking it. Existing data structures also needed to be updated. One note, the dynamics of female homicides differ from male homicides. Then these numbers in here dictate earlier in whatever their presentation was, they clearly had the differences of that put together in a body of work. Okay. Okay. Including the most female homicides take place in the private sphere. As such, contextual information about each homicide is crucial. Okay. So they're giving you the idea of the fact that they're collecting a body of work based on the specific location of these homicides, when they happen, why they happen, and who they're being done by and who they're being done to. That's what they're talking about there, right? A little later down here, they're talking about the data on the deaths in U.S. exists under the aegis of public health. Okay, now they're talking about how this shit is becoming a public health crisis, or a situation where they're gonna looking to try to call for what do they call that? A national emergency. All right, and then they're talking about where they get a lot of the information from, and then what else? What are they talking about? This is a new database. Oh no, that's the same database. That's the CDC database. All right, and then what else are we doing here? They're talking about different national systems they're pulling together to bring this get this information from, and to pull into trying to create this unity of alliances to get this penal code to come to life, for it to be something that these dudes are held specifically accountable for when it comes to killing Black women. And I'm so glad to fucking hear this. All right, what else we got here? And this is just how they show you the figures of the homicides from this is 2 decades. This is from 1980 to 2020, and they're showing you how the red line is for intimate partner killings. The what is that? Like dark blue black line or whatever is from like random homicides. And what is it? Wandering homicides is that green one. No, I don't know that color. It looks kind of like teal. And then this other green, this little green right above the red it was a jump in intimate partner killing. And then this yellow one is, what is that? What is that? UCR homicides. What's UCR homicides? Let me go down here. UCR homicide. The same state expulsions apply as above. UCR homicide. Oh. That's the homicides that are reported by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and what else are they saying when the FBI does it? So, okay, so they're contrasting homicide reports by different agencies and who puts the data together. Okay, that's good. Improve ability to disaggregate femicides by intersectional identities. So what are we doing right here? This is about patterns and also women's experience with violence, social hierarchies. Okay, so basically what they're doing there is they're making the differences between identifying the risks and the impacts and the direct resources that those women have that are most vulnerable to end up victims of Black femicide. Let's see, okay, what else is going on? So you can read this on your own. I'm not going to go through the whole article, but the best part of this article, and I'm excited, is the fact that they are trying to make Black femicide a fucking penal code all of its own. So no more will they hide behind murder, attempted murder, what is that other shit? Manslaughter. Nah, fuck that. None of that no more. You kill Black women, your ass is going to jail for what you've done. Femicide. I'm so fucking happy for it. I'm so happy. What are you saying, BWBU? I want these Black males that started this propaganda against Black women that wait. I want I want these black males that started this propaganda against black women that led to the black femicide to get jail time. Yeah. They're like, she said they like Hitler. Girl, let me tell you something. Be patient. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because let me tell you something. When I saw 3 states, because I watch this all the time. I watch this on CNN. I watch this on the Young Turks. I watch this on BBC, Al Jazeera. I never say that Arabic word right. Al Jazeera News. I watch this shit all the time, right? And when I saw a few states, one after the other, because of all the killings in their state, jump on this and start getting involved in this, I said, I know it's only going to be a matter of time before they come up with a law or they're going to come up with a movement to sweep these motherfuckers up off the street. Al Jazeera. Thank you, man. I watched them too. And it's like, I knew it was coming because they cannot allow them to keep killing black women like that because it's going to end. It's going to open the door to anarchy. And America cannot have that much civil unrest. Because what's going to happen is, let me tell you something. I think, shout out again to Pretty Black Magic. I think it was Pretty Black Magic. Let me turn this chicken off. 1 second, y'all. All right. Shout out to Pretty Black Magic. I think it was who put up the video of the Memphis mother that got shot 3 times in her chest. And her daughter was actually there when this black dude snuck up on her in the crowd and just opened up her chest, right? Her daughter picked up the gun and shot that dude that killed her mother. Unfortunately, she didn't kill him. He survived and he was arrested and he went to prison. I think they gave him, I forget how much. It was either life or like 17 years or something like that. Or I could be mixing up 2 different stories, but let me tell you something. The best part of that story, when you see it, and you could Google it, you can see the footage online. The best part of that story was the reaction and the reception of the courtroom. People are tired of this shit. Non-black people who are not even involved in this, they're getting tired of these niggas killing black women. And I'm here for that shit. I'm so happy that people are understanding that these motherfuckers could come online all day and try to make it seem like black women are the problem. Da, 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 da. You don't know how you bad women. You don't know how to be a good woman. You don't know how to lead some broken motherfucker lead and be in your house and use your money and fuck you up. Da, da, da. All that bullshit, right? I am so glad that people are starting to see that they are so full of shit. And that they are the fucking problem in all of fucking America. Whenever you turn on the news at night, they're the ones snatching and grabbing, killing, robbing, and looting, running behind women in hallways, trying to run into their apartments, raping little children, killing women because of rejection. Child, this whole week in New York City, a black male has been responsible for either a black woman's death or a child's death. I am not bullshitting you. Each day after day. This is Thursday in New York City. So from Monday to Thursday, they have killed either a black woman or a child in New York City. I am not fucking kidding you. Read through the newspaper yourself if you want to. Last night, it was the 3-year-old little boy they killed. The day before that, it was the twin girl in Brooklyn. And before that, it was another person in Brooklyn. And before that, it was somebody on the train, in the train station. Before that, it was always them. White men ain't out here killing people like that in New York City. Hispanic men ain't out here killing like that in New York City. Asian men ain't out here killing like that in New York City. But yet they're the only ones on YouTube always talking about black women. Let me hurry up now. Yep, but lie and get mad. Wait, let me see what Melissa said. But lie and get mad when women say that black men are the biggest threats in our community. They are in our society. They are. They fucking are. They really are. I know, Naya, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. Like this dude right here, right? Y'all know this piece of shit, right? You know this ugly motherfucker right here? He's back on YouTube. How many of y'all knew that shit? He's not supposed to be on YouTube. So blow this nigga up, go to his channel, flag the fuck out of his channel, get this ugly, nasty, degenerate piece of shit, always talking hate speech about black women the fuck up out of here. And for you white people that think that these ugly black motherfuckers are cool and you trying to be like them, let me tell you something. You're on your way to a real fucked up and lonely path, because people around you are going to start letting you know that trying to emulate a piece of shit like this is going to get you very much ostracized. Very much fucking ostracized. I want y'all to hear just a little bit of this.
You are, and you represent me. When black women walk out there and act a fucking ass, do you know who the rest of the world look at? The men. The main people who should be going off on black women right now should be other black women.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Listen. It should be other black women because they know what you look. The only person who should be going off on my daughter should be people in her fucking family. If
you know, I can't play him too much, right? Because they're going to let this asshole know that I had his video. So, but he needs to get off YouTube. He tries to hide behind this bullshit of he's checking black women who are inappropriate and who are out of control. It's funny how this motherfucker always finds like the black women who are really doing stupid shit on social media and trying to make it seem like they represent all of us when they do not. Those few fucking dumbass black women that he finds are stupid and act the way they act because they interact with niggas like this, like him. Now, I watched this video earlier, but I didn't want to include that bullshit he was talking about in my video, because he was talking about having relations with a black woman and then talking about how her child had come out and caught them. And then he was actually trying to shame the black woman for yelling at her son to go back in the room and trying to make himself feel like he was so much more above her reaction to her own child by talking about how he had said to her, he didn't stop, run away, put his clothes on and leave. He stayed in her ass and was telling her in her ear while he was still penetrating her, right? But he's so much better than her, you know what I mean? That she should go in there and check on her son. No, broke, bum ass, dirty nigga. If you're so worried about her son because you want him to grow up and be a piece of shit like you should have had enough sense to come out of that woman, put your clothes on, and leave her fucking apartment for embarrassment and for the fact that you disrespected her son if you so concerned about him. This is a little boy that came out and saw an act that if a police officer had been aware of the fact that the two of them were literally doing that and a child seen that, they would have both got arrested for doing that. That is an actual fact in every state in this country, right? But he's sitting there telling the story, trying to make it seem like he was so above the mother and she was so wrong for just telling the child to go in the room and didn't go after the child, tuck him back in the bed because she and him wanted to continue busting their nut, right? I really hate this guy with all of me. I think he is exactly what black women should look at and understand that he and many of all of them that are on here with a mic are the reason why black women, you need to leave all black males alone. I don't care who they are. Stop dealing with them. Even your family members, don't help them. Don't do anything for them. Just look at them like they're a stranger in the street, because the first chance they get to throw you under the bus, do something fucked up to you, destroy your reputation, have other people want to hurt you, kill you, and I literally mean this, and do something foul to you, they will not hesitate. They'll do that shit with ease. Stay away from them. Then you have this thing here that happened last night on Crystal Swirl's live. I'm gonna play this a little while. I'm gonna run the risk of getting in trouble, but I want y'all to hear this fucking white man bugging out, okay? I want y'all to hear this. Now keep in mind, this white dude is reiterating all the bullshit that he hears these black males on here talking about black women. Now, you know he don't know shit about black women. And the assumptions that he has and the stereotypes that he's saying about us is all the same shit these dumbass black dudes talk about black women online, because black women have more sense, those of us that don't deal with them and don't want them in our homes, to keep them out of our lives and out of our homes and apartments, because when they come in, they terrorize the household, they violate and abuse children and women. So this white man, because he doesn't know anything about how black women and black males really are in real life, besides the bullshit he sees on YouTube, which is not who we are, right? He thinks that what these idiots are saying, because white men who are dumb think that black men are cool and they aspire to be like them. You ever notice it's always the broke, stupid, dumb motherfuckers that want to be like them. The rich white men who actually have intelligence and have other shit to do with their time besides worrying about some broke ass fucking black dude, they don't give a fuck about none of this. And those are the ones that, if black women are gonna fuck with white men, please mess with them and leave these broke motherfuckers alone, these broke white motherfuckers alone, because they just as bad as all these black dudes. Leave them alone. And she said, she's right. Black men, the first to set you up, can't be trusted. Most black women don't do anything to them, and yet they attack. This is very true. They do it all. Listen, let me tell you something. Here in New York City, everywhere you walk, they're around you, always staring at you, stalking you, trying to walk up behind you, always trying to stand close to you, watch what you're doing with your money, watch where you're going, watch where you're driving. Naya, what are you doing? Always trying to watch what you're doing, because they're always looking for an opportunity to catch you slipping so they could do some foul shit to you. Black women, I'm telling you, I don't tell you nothing I don't do. You better walk around this motherfucker with weapons all over you, because if anybody grab you, you're supposed to be able to grab something and fuck them up. And when I mean fuck them up, you go for the vital things. You go for the things in the neck. You go for the things in the arms, in the legs, vital arteries. That's going to take them motherfuckers up out of here. They think they strong and they think they can always overpower a woman. Go out your way and show them. I'll send you to your motherfucking maker. Test me and you'll find out. I'm telling you. That, I mean, everybody can't carry a gun. We can't carry guns down here, but we carry a lot of other shit that'll send you where you need to be too. She said it's the broke, homeless, white ones that hate their jobs and don't even know black women like that say crap about black. It's all types of them, because you got to remember the history of this country. They're prejudiced people by nature. They hate black people just to hate black people. No one has to make them do that. That is what they do. White women teach their children that. They grow up and they reinforce it amongst each other. The same way these black dudes socialize each other to talk shit about black women and teach young black boys and black guys, period, to hate black women, want to hurt them, kill them, and talk shit about them online and talk about how they need to abuse us and do everything but respect and appreciate our humanity, right? That's the same thing white folks do. The white mother and father teach the kids to be racist. Those kids have kids and they make their kids racist, and the shit just never stops. Yana talks. Hello, Stephanie. I'm so glad I caught it live. I thought about living in New York, but now I'm not so sure due to the high crime and not being able to carry so freely. I don't know how you live. Let me tell you something. Don't believe that shit about we can carry guns here. You got to go through a whole fucking process. You can carry guns here, but you don't need it here, because now I'm just gonna tell you, most black women down here carry hunting knives. You know how big a hunting knife is? They carry machetes too, because let me tell you, a lot of these women, they look fancy. They all dressed up. Them women got all types of weapons all in their boots, their pants, under their wigs, in their coats, in their pockets, in their bags. They ain't playing with these motherfuckers. New York City women can get down just like the dudes, because we live that rougher life down here. We ain't afraid of them. We will fuck them up. Okay? When you see things that happen to us, that's because those women was caught slipping. And like that little girl the other night, that was a baby. A grown fucking man took advantage of. That little girl's 19, this big. What's she gonna do? And then they drunk and they just buying chips and shit out the store. They ain't thinking about fucking nobody up. But let that motherfucker have tried that with me. It would have been a different outcome. Let him have tried that shit with another woman. It would have been a different fucking outcome. Okay? Because we're not playing with them. And they're not stupid. They're like bullies. I keep telling y'all this. They will pick women that they know they have the best outcome investing. They know. It literally, I know. Because I know, like, look, I've worked in jails. I've worked in parole. I've worked as a police officer in New York City. I could tell looking in a fucking person's face, looking into their eyes, if this person is going to give me a fight or they're going to be a pussy. I could see it. If I can see it, I know other people can see it too. They pick who they fucking fuck with. I'm telling you. And if you ever notice, like when you watch all these stories of all these women, not all of them, because some women are just like different stories, exceptions to the rule, but the common or the collective rule is these are women that are fucking pushovers that be getting their ass whipped all the time, getting fucked up, going back to the relationship, bailing these stupid motherfuckers out of jail, taking away the order of protection, taking away the restraining order. None of these women really have been about protecting themselves or their kids. Because if they were, I'm telling you, it would be real motherfuckers like that lady's daughter. That little girl, that daughter did not hesitate to pick up that gun and try to kill that motherfucker. Now, she had terrible aim. That's the only reason why she didn't kill the motherfucker. But if she would have had better aim, or better yet, ran literally up to the motherfucker, put the gun against his body, and pulled the fucking trigger, that motherfucker wouldn't have been here today. I'm telling you. That's the type of woman you gotta be when dealing with these motherfuckers, because they're doing it to you. You see how I'm jumping out of the character here, but let me do this. You see how they fucked up Mahogany? They held that gun to that girl's head and made her perform fellatio on these dirty, disgusting motherfuckers. Black women, right? You see how they had the heart to do that to Mahogany, but they don't have the heart to do that to a motherfucker that's beating their eyes shut and stomping on their motherfucking face? Like one of these women's stories I read on Black Women, Black Girl Unlost. That's the shit I'm talking about. They do that with women that's going to act like that. But if one of them ever caught me slipping and bested me, you better fucking believe the next minute I get to recover, regroup, I'm going to kill that nigga. Do you understand me? And they know the difference between a woman like that and a woman like the ones that's meeting their ends by these motherfuckers. They know the difference. I'm on the train. I'm telling you, black women, I'm on the train all the time. I just had an incident yesterday in the train. And I was just so cool and calm because I absolutely knew exactly what I was going to do. That's all I'm going to say. They not fucking with nobody that's going to give them that same energy back. They really are not. Believe me. They're not. You black women got to stop being afraid. And I know what's wrong with y'all. I really do. Because I wasn't always like this until the military, the police, parole, and the jails. I was not like this. Believe me. I was scary. I was weak. I was all that shit. But after you expose yourself to real hard shit in life, it changes a motherfucker. It really does. Believe me when I tell you. Somebody teach you how to use a gun. Somebody teach you how to fight. Somebody teach you how to use knives. Somebody fights with you. Somebody shows you how fast and easy it is for somebody to take your life when you don't know how to fight back, when you do not know how to protect yourself. It will sober your ass up real fucking quick, okay? I told y'all really need to take some self-defense courses or go to the fucking military and let the military work your ass out. You'll come back on these streets with a different level of education and a new appreciation from keeping a motherfucker up off your ass and respecting and preserving your life. That shit will teach you that. Believe me, I was a little girl, 18 years old, from high school, went straight in there. They taught me shit I never even had any knowledge of and couldn't believe the shit I was seeing, what I was exposed to and what was expected of me. That is what's wrong with Black women. You've been so long indoctrinated to take an ass whipping that you don't know how to begin to start whipping ass. And you need to start doing that. That shit somewhere along the line was really beat out of us. Because believe me, Black women in the past, they blow a motherfucker away before they let him put any type of fist to their body. I told you, I had grandmother that did that, a great grandmother that was known for that where she came from. She never went nowhere without a shotgun up underneath her skirt. She tied that shit to her right leg. I am not bullshitting you. And she sawed that motherfucker off too so it could spray when it let off. Because she was not playing with those Black men down there. And y'all better get back to being like that. I'm trying to tell you. You could be beautiful and deadly at the same time. These women are out here playing. That's why you will never catch me with them long fucking fingernails where you can't function. Because the first person that tries me, they're going to find out. They're going to really find out. I'm trying, y'all better get the same way because this is why they ramping it up. Because they not getting no pushback. And even though we got all these great laws coming and people recognizing that there is a crisis, that shit takes time. So until that gets there, you your own soldier. And you need to start understanding that shit. But she said, no retreat, no surrender. I'm going all in every day, all day. And then she said, Kat said, saying my grandmother was from Memphis, 4 feet. And I'm telling you, they didn't play that shit back then. I think Black women started getting soft around the 60s and the 70s, especially in New York City, because before that, you had to deal with white people trying to mob you out and fuck you up in the middle of the street. And you think those women was going to deal with all that racial fucking harassment and hostility and go home and get their ass whipped? I think not. I think motherfucking not. But somewhere along the line, they start giving into religion and giving into this white man's version of a family of this the man leads and the woman has to follow and she must be submissive and the Bible says this and the Bible says that. All that bullshit they be reiterating and giving to y'all on a daily basis on this goddamn YouTube shit, right? All of that is bullshit. Do not fall for it. I'm telling you, don't. Listen, learn to fight. Get your ass in the gym. I don't care if it's boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo. I'm on some new shit. I'm doing American Kendo karate. I like knives. So I'm trying to find out how to learn to swing a katana and swords and all that shit. I'm loving it. Okay? You do something that you like too. And learn to fuck people up. I don't care what it is. Kava Maga, whatever it's called. I saw a couple of women saying that. Just look up a fighting style and go do it. And get good at it. Get strong. Even if you don't go to the gym, you could do calisthenics in your house, push-ups in your house, lift weights in your house. Get strong. So that even if you don't know how to literally fight technically, you still can have endurance and strength to hurt a motherfucker when they're trying to hurt you. That's literally what it's all about. Because they're fucking predators. So nothing they're going to do is going to be on a fair or equal scale. So you got to be prepared to deal with people who are going to sneak up behind you, hit you when you're not looking, and do shit that's going to give them the benefit because they're fucking creeps like that. They're fucking cowardly piece of shits that like to victimize women, and you need to get that in your head. Anyway, we be here all day talking about that shit because they really are just fucking pieces of trash. They really are fucking pieces of trash. Let me let y'all listen to this motherfucker talk. Hold on.
Why would I just say I love men? That's so stupid.
Right. So you don't love men.
I don't love anybody but myself.
And you have a good relationship with you have a good relationship with
my
your
dad
dad.
passed away.
Like Priscilla said. Priscilla said the male is not necessary. The male is not. He's expendable.
So your dad, you like your dad, and you have a good relationship with your dad, and you respect your dad. You respect your dad.
I have a sperm donor. I don't have a father. I have a sperm donor.
I'm asking, do you respect your dad? Did you respect him?
I like my father, and I'm not.
You like him, but you don't respect him. So how could you say a man?
Wait a minute. I didn't say to respect my dad.
So you do respect your dad? That's a simple question.
No.
Do you respect your dad?
No, I don't.
You're making a dumb point.
You don't. You don't respect your dad.
No.
You sound stupid.
So that tells you everything you need to know. You hate your father.
I don't hate my father, idiot.
Do you respect your father?
No.
I love my father.
I don't.
He's not.
I love my father, but I love my father because that's what it says in the Bible. But no, I don't respect him because he's a fucking. He pumped and dumped my mother. He pumped and dumped my mother, and I look around me at all the children in my class. Only 2 of us have fathers. The rest.
Hold on, y'all. I want to get to the part where he said that shit about black women. Hold on.
Don't want to fuck, man. I can't get my dick.
I don't know. No, a couple. And you know what? For a couple of bands, yeah. For a couple.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit! I went out the wrong. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong damn video. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm fucking up.
The rest of us were bastards.
What do you do for what? Nothing from gay you guys.
If you are with your partner, it should be 50-50. But you're not talking about a partnership. You're talking about I want mine and I want to stay home and do nothing.
Did you hear what he said? Yo, sis, did you hear what he said?
Not doing nothing.
Let him hear what he let him hang himself. Now, what did you say, sir? You said stay at home and do nothing?
Dude, you are talking about how you're saying if a man has one job, he should do school.
They've been drinking the Kool-Aid. They've been drinking them black dudes, Manosphere, black people, red people Kool-Aid. You be stupid white motherfuckers.
Because the difference is that you're not a prostitute, you're a partner.
Right, but when that's the case, you're not thinking about him for his paycheck. Broke, not broke.
Relax. Calm down.
It's
with this fucking gun.
All right. Let's let the older guys talk because everyone came on the panel and the younger guy is just yelling, and then let's let the older guy say.
It wasn't Steve, it was the other one. Yeah, let's let the other one talk.
You don't know my name either, so
Stop. Listen. It's the man's job to protect the house. It's the woman's job to manage it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Go back to your original point that you were talking about.
But you leaving out we ain't talking about no protection. We talking about provide. Provide. Why you left that out?
When I say provide, I can't even talk.
Go back to your old point that you were talking about before everyone came on the
can't
panel.
talk,
The one that you
please.
were talking about how you're
Follow
upset
the black
about how we
I
were
think
talking about
just me.
There's everything we were talking about before these 2 people joined.
Yeah, no, I find it like personally offensive that like what you guys were talking about, how like men are useless, men that. It's I think
They are, but go ahead.
Just give me a minute.
Don't
Go away.
So if you want to make a point, then
You
tell
better
me how
go.
our men are useless.
Well, I thought you were going to make your point and tell us because everyone was talking. And,
So I'll explain to you how men are useful.
okay,
Like I said,
I wanted
playing
to
with me.
talk
Get out of
and I
here.
wanted to understand why does it matter if you're upset? Because you specifically came up here to tell us that we were offending
Go.
you, but you kind
Just
of agreed
wait.
with Crystal,
Stop
who
giving me
is
a hard
the owner of
time.
the show. You kind of agreed with her points
Bad
about
dog.
how she was saying that the majority
Bad
of people
dog.
that commit the crimes are men. And you were saying that you're not committing it, but why does it make sense that you are not? Like, you are a part of the male population. So even though you are not, the world does things in majority and minority rules. It's what I learned in social studies.
All right, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna tell
Why
you
are
the
you
shit.
saying
Hold on, hold
that?
on.
Why are you offended?
Cut off, and you got a millionaire husband that don't even want to pick up.
Same.
Nah, they don't got a body.
That about African Americans. Your racist comment can travel right back to you.
No, it doesn't. We look great. We're the blueprint of beauty. That's why white women keep getting fucking lip injections. They keep getting lip injections. Where's the delusion? Look at TV. Look at them, the cornrows that they put in their hair. Look at TV.
That's
You are
wrong.
not insane. You are insane. You can't turn on TV. You can't turn on TV.
I don't know
Only
why
white guys
we
are
talk
saying that.
to these folks because I'm looking like, hold on, wait.
Only white guys say that.
I don't have no problem with you saying that. Me personally, I understand because Asian women are the northern Asian women or whatever. They look more white. I get it. I get it.
That's where that slang comes from.
Wait, the thing is, can I tell you? The thing is, if that's
They look better yellow. They look stupid when they're pale.
Wait, honey. Wait. Why are you on a call with a full of black women?
Because this is what they do. They don't like when we talk. They want us in our place, and we're not gonna be in that place.
I don't
But
see color.
I just don't understand. Like, why are you on a call with black women?
There's Korean channels where Korean women yapping about Korean men. Go over there.
I'm on a call with women. I don't see color. All right, stop with the whole.
There's Korean women hating on.
He don't see color. He's white, but he don't see color. He don't see color more than that.
I feel like
He's
you
so
need to be on a call. You need to be on a call with the women you desire.
Exactly. They hate men too, and they're over there yapping about it on the sector of YouTube that they believe.
You motherfucking regular brats, man. I'm starting to notice that.
Regular brads are brad is racist. It's really hard to find non-racist white guys. Brads are racist. The majority of white men, 90% of them, they're very racist. It's hard to find ones that are genuinely not racist. And they're not gonna.
That's why That's why I tell y'all to stop voting them off.
We have no reason to talk to you though. You said that other women are more desirable than us, and you're talking to us. It's really annoying.
Hold on.
We're not fucking bums.
Did you hear that white motherfucker say, "We don't want you bum ass bitches"? Now, where did he get that from? And I wish this would have been in person. I would have kicked that nigga right in his motherfucking mouth.
You can call us bums.
Did he just say bum ass bitches want money?
We're not bums. You're a bum ass. You're supposed to have resources. You are a white man. You are a disgrace. You're supposed to have resources. You brag about that all over TV. Every time we watch TV, we watch all period movies from Europe. All you guys do is talk about fucking money. Brad, that's all you do in your culture. So who the fuck are you to call us bombs? You are a clown. You are a disgrace to your culture. You are a bomb. You need a woman to go 50-50 with you, and you ain't gonna find one here. We black women do not want to go 50-50 with you. We do not want to go 50-50. We watch TV.
Can you go tell your lover, is he a bum? Because your lover got a whole bunch of podcasts and he missing you. Tyrone.
He'll never see that because he's not ready to be gay.
But he gonna come to black women. That's why I know Brad and Tyrone has a thing because you notice they don't come over there to black guys and do this.
No, they don't. And
they come over here to black girls.
Because they hate women. They're patriarchal, and they want women in their place. They want black women at the bottom, white women at the top, and they want the other races of women in between. And we ain't going for that. We want.
You know who holds the most jobs in
you're annoying, bro. You know who holds?
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna end this, but let me tell y'all something. The black lady hit it on the head when she said that just there. She said the white dudes never go to black guys' channels and tell them, "Why don't you cut this stupid shit out? You talking shit about your own women, you look like fucking assholes to the rest of the world." No. These broke ass, bum ass white motherfuckers that are on dating apps trying to get free pussy from black women, talking about coffee dates and all this other cheap fucking shit, right? Walks in the park, etc. These are the bum ass motherfuckers that's online trying to fuck black women under the stereotypical beliefs that these black males been pumping on YouTube for 2 decades or more about how we don't deserve shit, we're not worth shit, Why spend money on us when you get the pussy for free? All this bullshit, right? This is the ignorance that they're spreading about us. So when you hear this white man saying this shit that he's saying, I want y'all to understand that this is how when they're poor, they don't really got no real money. They don't run shit in this world. And they're looked at as a piece of shit, just like these black males are. This is how they think about you. So this is why you should not be on websites trying to date these motherfuckers and listening to, I'm going to say this and I really mean this. Don't take offense to it. Listen to these stupid fucking divester women telling you that these motherfuckers are a come up, because they're not. They just looking to fuck black women that they never had access to before. Me, in my opinion, I think black women need to leave males alone, period. Because the majority of these motherfuckers ain't worth shit. Okay? Now, I noticed that most people, black women, when they talk about relationships and shit with guys, they always talk about either black or white men. Both groups of those motherfuckers, in my opinion, are hazardous to black women's health. White men, because of the history of slavery, and they have always used us as whores, okay? There are very few of them that actually love black women and will really do the right thing. Very fucking few. The majority of them just want to know what it's like to fuck a black woman, like it's some type of fucking joke or jungle fever, and go about their business. You are worth more than them ugly motherfuckers jumping up and down on you. I'm not trying to be funny, right? I've never fucked one of them, but I've seen a couple of them with their dicks hard trying to fuck me, and their dicks are whack from what I see. Their bodies look like I would not have a good time. They don't look like other men. They don't have the muscle tone, and they just don't look good. To me, they don't look good like other men. I'm sorry. I like Asian men. White men look nasty. The color of their skin is gross to me. Their faces are usually fucking ugly. And they're always trying to talk shit about black women because they know they are fucking inadequate. Their dick is probably whack. Their dick game is probably weak as shit. I'm not trying to be funny. Think about it, black women. Think about it for real. I've been, and I'm gonna just be real for a minute. I've been with like 2 or 3 black dudes that really had really big dicks. You hear what I'm saying? Like, there was this one dude I was dealing with. His name was Victor. I won't say his last name. You know who you are, Victor, from Niger. Nigga had the biggest dick I ever seen in my life. You hear me? But was fucking whack with it. He could eat pussy like a motherfucker. But besides that, dick action was totally whack. Now, think about what I'm saying. How am I supposed to get pleasure from coming from somebody like that to a weak fucking white man serving up whack dick? I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. So when people out here trying to big them up like they all that, and they walking around here with their heads bigger than life and thinking they that motherfucker, man, go sit your ass down somewhere, because you whack to begin with. There's nothing going on with them that black women need to be out here killing themselves for, when there's other fucking men out here that can lay dick much better than them and got more money in their pockets than them. I'm being real about shit. When I went to Paris that time, and man said, that's terrible. Had a big dick, but couldn't you? I swear to God, Victor had the biggest dick I ever seen in my life and did not know how to fuck. Did not. I mean, you couldn't do no doggy style with this motherfucker, because that was hazardous to your health. But missionary shit in other positions, whack as fuck. I'm laying there like, Jesus fucking Christ, when is this gonna be over? That's literally what I'm thinking in my head. But that fucking Cotalingus, oh my God, he was the best at that shit. But anyway, get back to it, right? Damn, man, you made me lose my train of thought. You know, this fucking dude. Oh, it's about other dudes, right? Remember y'all seen me when I went to Paris that time, right? So I was taking cabs all over the place, not real cabs, but like Lyft and Uber. So I had a one night stand with this Arabic dude. That motherfucker, he also had a very big dick and could fuck, okay? And he was very fucking, you ever have sex with a man and he just like, you could tell he loves women? This man was caressing, touching, licking, kissing. I never had a man perform conolingus and was literally kissing my lips down there as he was doing that. Like, Thank you for allowing me to perform this act. I was blown away. I was like, keep going, homie. Keep going. It was fabulous. I didn't talk like that to him. I'm being a comedian now. But I'm just saying, like, the shit was fabulous. And I had never had an Arabic man before. But guess what? I want another one. How about that? I've had tons of Hawaiian men's. Them motherfuckers are good too. So for all you black women that's like, oh, I just gotta have a black man. Okay, try a Samoan man. Try a Hawaiian man. One of them big, thick, dark ones with the thick hair. Try one of them. And see if you give a fuck about Tyrone next week. I don't think you will. Okay? These are different men who have the same type of physiques you're used to, but they have more tenderness and love for women than you have ever been exposed to, black women. Leave these punk ass, whack ass, weak dick having white dudes and black dudes the fuck alone. I'm trying to tell you. Leave them motherfuckers alone. And I told you this before. I had a fucking Vietnamese man that I literally like was losing my shit over. They talk about being pussy whipped. Well, I was completely dickmatized by him, okay? Because I love that fucking Vietnamese man. And if it wasn't for a family member of his passing and him not having a fucking real green card to stay in America, I would have been Mrs. Vietnam. You understand me? Because, that guy was so sweet, so nice, just nice, and very nice to look at. Conversations, very caressing. I mean, this dude literally like take a bath with this man. This man is washing me head to toe. No asking him. He just starts doing all types of sensual shit. No sex in mind, just things that he wanted to do. Just like you said, and man, generous and sensual. Just like I'm in the kitchen cooking. I'm not even thinking about him. I'm thinking he's somewhere else in the apartment doing something. He comes from out of nowhere and starts kissing my neck, rubbing my back, telling me nice things. He's not looking to do nothing to me. He's just being who he is. Black women, you need to experience that. And you need to stop fucking with these black dudes and go get other type of men with color to them. He was a Vietnamese man. She said BWBU said Vietnamese men are wonderful. I go, yeah, they are. And let me tell you something. Some of them are just as dark as you and me. I liked him just because of that. When I first met this man, I had no interest in this man at all. We had people we knew mutually in common. I was around this man a few times. He started digging me before I started digging him. And then something just said, he's nice. Give him a chance. Greatest decision I ever made in my life. When this man had to leave America was the saddest fucking day of my life. Do you hear me? I wanted to get in the suitcase and go with him and never come back. That's how happy that one little man was making me feel. It's ridiculous. You're right. They cook too. They clean. They do a lot of shit because they don't have all that egocentric bullshit like these ignorant motherfuckers you're used to. Like, yeah, you got some crazy Asian men. I ain't gonna front. I've had a few of them too. But this particular man was wonderful. Now I got another man I like. He's a Japanese man. I'm working on him. I like him. Yep. I like Asian men. I told you that before. I'll take an Asian man any day. I don't care if they Indian, Oriental, Samoan, whatever. They all fit in the Asian category. Give me any of those men any day over a black man and definitely a white man. I'm in. Because they better. They're just better. They don't have all those fucking hang-ups about women. They don't really care if you're a black woman. They see you as a woman. And when they really like you and start to love you and all that shit, you better not step to them with no dumb shit about blackness or who she thinks she is or something like that. You'll see him turn into another motherfucker. Believe me. Because that little sweet Vietnamese man that I had was all docile and all that with me. But somebody did the wrong thing one night when we was outside and he turned into a different motherfucker. Okay? So black women, get out of this comfort zone shit and live in the real world. These dudes, clearly, you can hear listen to this guy, what he's talking about on Crystal's Live. He's nothing but a fucking user and believing all this bullshit he's hearing, as if watching YouTube videos gives white people some real insight into black people, when you know it don't. None of these black dudes are coming on here talking about any of us black women who speak to each other online or know each other in real life. He ain't talking to none of us. He's not talking about any of us. He's talking about caricatures of women who do live fragmented sections of stereotypes in real life. Even those women who they so-called call a dumbass word like ratchet, that is an actual tool. I need to go get a fucking ratchet and show y'all what it is. That's not a person. It's not a person. It's not a thing to call a person. And what I mean is, if you're gonna call somebody something that tries to demonstrate their poor human behavior or their character, it's called a wretch, not a ratchet. They're so fucking ignorant they couldn't even get the word right. It's wretch, not ratchet. It's wretched. Stupid motherfuckers. Oh, I can't stand them. So anyway, let me get out of here. But one more thing I gotta show y'all. It was Pretty Black Magic. Let me give her a shine. Hold on. Where's she at? Did I lose the video? I probably lost the video messing around all over the damn place. Where is she? Yeah. Oh no, here she go. Hold on. So I know y'all saw this video she did earlier, right? About this fool with the single.
This is from.
Let me show y'all what she has to say, because I want y'all to hear this. I agree with her, and that's the reason why I started off showing y'all the information about the FDA loans.
Going house to house and door to door and just spreading your thing all over the goddamn place.
Wait, hold on.
You're not sitting around trying to figure out, okay, well, I got a shut off notice from the light bill and I'm getting ready to get evicted. No, because those men have money, they have jobs, they have careers, and they can help you pay the cane. He gonna say, well, we get put out. What about your mom and them? What about your sister and them? What about? It's always another woman that these nappy-headed niggas got to fall back on. So when the hard times come, black man, well, why y'all always going to the black woman for help? How come you don't never go to another black man? Let me keep going.
But no, y'all bragging about these houses and all of
you goddamn right. I'm bragging about my house.
These degrees, and then you get upset with your college loan debt.
Now you're upset with your college loan debt. Well, guess what? College loan debt affects quite a few people, because I know plenty of non-black folks who went to med school, dental school, or law school, or architect school, and they have racked up quite a bit of debt. But guess what? They're able to get good paying jobs and pay it off. That still don't stop people from saying, man, I got college debt. So in the fuck what? You not paying it. You act like this lady knocked on your motherfucking door and said, look, Kang, I need you to help me to pay that extra $1,000 that gets tacked onto my mortgage. Oh yeah, and I need you to help me pay my water bill too. Ain't nobody help up here and ask you to pay a motherfucking thing, nappy head. This is why when the goon squad come after their ass and snatch him up and torture them, I don't feel bad. This is why when Daniel Penny, Officer Brad take out a nappy head and knuckle, I don't feel nothing. I just sit there and say, one less nappy head with a beard and glasses and a hat looking like he in disguise to bother me.
Let me tell y'all something too, about that Daniel Penny thing before I talk about the shit with the houses and this fucking fool right here that I can't stand. She's right about that Daniel Penny thing. Now, just last night on New York One, that's like when you have cable down here in New York City, that is like the news channel that gives us everything about the city every single night, all day and all night long. New York One, right? So last night they had Daniel Penny come out of the courthouse because he had to go in and they're setting up his date to begin trial, right? Hold on, she said, Girlina 101. They just love to ridicule women with degrees until they need help finding out some type of application. Absolutely. BW said he's jealous when women got a home while he has to pay his mother. That's funny. Oh my God. She said he's jealous. Don't he look like a motherfucker that live in the basement or in the attic? He look like that, right? He really does. That's funny. Oh. And it's messed up because now I'm not against people living with their parents to get their lives together. But it's people like him that do nothing but talk shit about black women who've actually accomplished shit in life and that are trying to do what they're supposed to do as adults in life. Like this woman behind him, she's supposed to buy a home. She's supposed to go to college. She's supposed to work hard for what she wants in life. This is the bum motherfucker that can't do nothing but get a mic and talk shit on YouTube. This is the bum. I bet this motherfucker don't even got a real job. I bet anything. All right, so anyway, back to Danny, the Penny dude, right? So he actually was trying to say yesterday in the news that his killing of the boy in the train, imitating Michael Jackson, was equivalent to the man the other day. Remember the two dudes that were shooting in the train? And the black dude came on the train, pulled the gun, and tried to shoot the Hispanic man. All right, I found out the background to that fight, right? Because down here in New York City, we have this thing called what's that shit? Citizens app, right? So we see all the behind the stories of the real news, right? So what it was she said Pretty Black Magic is funny as hell. Yeah, she is. She's fucking hilarious. But she tells the truth like it is. Like, fuck you, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. She just really go, I love her. She's very raw. That's how all these black women need to be. It would be a better world for us. So anyway, back to this Daniel dude. So he was trying to equate his situation in killing that man on the train, right? Because he held him 6 minutes after his body went limp. So during that 6 minutes, for anybody that knows about choking the motherfucker out, if he would have let him go and did CPR, the man would have coughed again and been all right. He literally killed him in those minutes when he choked him out after he had stopped, when he went limp. Because during that time, it's like your body goes through a process where it's lulling out. But if somebody pumps you back and breathes you back, you good. But if they continue to choke you out, they're going to kill you. So he literally did murder that guy. Anyway, let him go to trial. Let the people deal with him. But anyway, he was trying to equate what he did, which was murder, in my opinion, to the incident that happened with the two guys on the train the other day when the black dude was doing the dumb shit they always do, attacking people based off of American news propaganda. So he saw the Hispanic man on the train with his woman, and he starts flipping on the Hispanic man because he thought the Hispanic man was smaller than him, that he could best or beat the ass of the Hispanic man. And that Hispanic man whooped his fucking ass on that train and took his gun and shot that motherfucker 8 times with his own gun. And when they didn't tell the story correctly on the news, because what it was it was a woman and a man, a couple on the train, and that black dude tried to shoot the little Hispanic man. The woman he was with, like most women who know what they doing, she pulled out a knife and stabbed that motherfucker 2 times quick, right? But she didn't stab him in the right places. And women, when you stabbing people out in this world, you must stab in vital areas for shit to be effective. Because sometimes people's coats are thick, or sometimes motherfuckers just get stabbed all the time, and it's kind of like they used to getting stabbed. It ain't that effective. But if you stab, and you should know the anatomy of women and men, it's the same. They're not stronger than us when it comes to what keeps you alive and what keeps you deaf. They ain't even stronger physically, because if you work out and you do fight all the time, you can hang with the best of them. So anyway, she didn't stab him in the right places. So he kept fighting with her boyfriend. And when her boyfriend saw that, he just took the gun and twisted his hand the way he's supposed to, and bop, 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 and that was it. And that's another thing you black women will learn when you start taking martial arts. A person could have a gun, but if you get close enough to them, you don't have to take the gun from them. You could twist their hand and make them shoot themselves and fuck them up. Because let me show you something. You know how it goes. Your hand can only bend this far without pain. Keep pushing down, and this will break. Either way you do it, this way or that way. So this is why you're supposed to know the anatomy of the body, because it doesn't take a strong motherfucker to break somebody's hand. If you take this motherfucker and push his fucking palm to his forearm, it's going to snap. It's going to snap if you weigh 60 pounds or 290 pounds. It doesn't matter. And when you take martial arts, that's the type of shit they teach you. They also teach you how the fingers work on the hand. So that when people throw blows at you or they go to slap you, you grab something and you do certain things, you can make a grown fucking man fall to his knees on the ground just by you grabbing fingers and twisting his fucking hand the right way. This is why you must go to martial arts to learn how to disable big, strong niggas that think they like to swing and get strong on women. I keep telling y'all this, okay? Everybody has the same motor skills in their body. Everybody's body works the same way. But if you know how to break people's body up piece by piece, you don't have to ever worry about nobody attacking you because you're going to fucking handle them well. And that is what martial arts teaches you. I keep telling you, black women, listen to me. Go to any fighting place. They will teach you how to hurt men. That is what they do. They've been doing it for a long fucking time. So anyway, Daniel Petty trying to get over, trying to say that the incident on the train with the two men, where that black dude is probably dying in the hospital now, is the same as him killing the Michael Jackson guy. I don't think it's the same. And when his attorneys was talking yesterday on television, they said it's not the same either. They said there was a gun in that situation. There was none in that situation. They went into other shit. I don't feel like reiterating. We gonna see what's gonna happen. But the bottom line here tonight is, women who attended the live, be safe. Always be packing your shit. Don't be afraid to use it. It doesn't matter where you live, whether, you know, like what's my girl said earlier. Yana Talk said that she couldn't live in New York City because she feel she can't shoot the way she wants to. You don't need it here. I mean, many people walk around with guns they're not supposed to have. We definitely got that. But you don't need it. Because believe me, no, if anybody messes with you, they know what time it is. They know you're going to really go for all that you can go for. They know you. New York City is not a place, Yana, where people are going to try to fuck with you and they think they just going to beat your ass and that's going to be the end of it. Nope. They already know that's not how it works here. So they're not gonna, you're not gonna need to do all of that, which is why they always like, y'all don't need guns and this, that, and the other, because they know how it works here. Like, most people are gonna pull something else out that you didn't know they had, and they're gonna fuck you up. Really, really, really fuck you up. Me, a gun is beautiful, is very cowardly, because in my opinion, because we really fight here, we really fuck each other up. We will grab all types of things and open your body up, beat the fuck out of you with something that will bust your body open. That's how we do here, right? And shoot people. That's just life, right? But the reason I'm saying you don't need to be worried about that, maybe, I don't know if it was just like a state versus state thing. There's nothing to be worried about here. Women here in this city are safer than anywhere else in this country. I can guarantee you that. Even with all the dumb shit you see on TV, much safer. Much safer, because we have a police department that will fuck these dudes up, and they will show up like that. I mean, really like that. Their response time is crazy. They be itching to beat a motherfucker's ass, okay? Whereas where a lot of y'all live, it take them a long time to get to wherever you are. Me, if I call the cops right now, they will literally be here in a few minutes. And when they come, they're not fucking playing. That is the greatest part of New York City. The greatest. I'm telling you. You call, they coming. And they not coming to play either. They're not. That is the best fucking thing about New York City. Y'all can talk shit about everything else that goes here, but I know if I call 911 and I'm saying Central because I used to be a cop, but if a 911 operator picks up that phone and I tell them this is happened, and they dispatch a patrol car to me, I ain't got nothing to worry about when they get there. When they get there, if they have to handle some shit, they gonna handle some shit. Believe it. That's why it's the greatest city in the fucking world, because we don't have that. These cops will. I know y'all seen all them riots where cops was throwing motherfuckers head first on the ground, kicking them across the street, body slamming motherfuckers into gates. I know y'all seen that. That is how they deal with us every day in this motherfucker. That is why we don't fuck with them like that. because they're not playing with us. And when we deal with them and we going after them, we not playing with them. That's the reason why that shit don't really be going on like that here. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Even me, I give mad respect to NYPD. I'm not fucking with them if they not fucking with me. Because I know when both of us cross that line, it's going to be some hell to pay on both sides. That's it. I'm telling you, it's real. We understand. People understand here. Motherfuckers could be as bad as they want here, tough as they want to be, killing as much as they want to be. But when NYPD roll on your motherfucking ass, they gonna roll on your motherfucking ass. End of story. And they know it. They fucking know it. That's why you have, if ever you see like all these people acting like fucking fools in the subway, in the street, whatever, you see them caught. You see them got in record time, and they ain't gonna show you them fucking them up. But they do that too. They do that too all the time. That's the reason why the whole city was yelling and crying about stop, questioning, frisk, and all the rest of that shit. Because cops was literally out here grabbing motherfuckers and slamming them up against the wall. What the fuck you say? Boom, and fucking them up and throwing their ass in the back of the car. That's how they get down here. They don't do shit like that in Georgia. Not like they do it here. Or wherever else people talking shit about New York City come from. That's the difference. That's why we don't need guns like that. But can you have them? Absolutely. We always can have guns. For those of y'all that don't know, you can have them in your house all the time. You have to get a get your permit and shit for that and your license, but you can't be walking the street like that because everybody here is too fucking violent already as it is. Hold on, I got a question. Somebody said, so why didn't they have that kind of smoke for the illegal immigrants? Okay, first off, Wendy Scarlett, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They don't have to have that type of energy for illegal immigrants because contrary to whatever you've been told or what you believe, immigrants are not doing anything in this fucking city. Not anything but sleeping on the fucking ground and going in and out of the fucking shelter system the way that everybody else goes in and out of the shelter system. I think maybe you should stop listening to white people, uneducated black people talking about shit they don't know, okay? Or racist white motherfuckers trying to get you to be just as stupid as they are. Okay? NYPD will fuck you up. If you don't believe me, come here and fuck with them and find out. It's that simple. Okay? Immigrants, when they was beating up and fighting with those cops that day, obviously you didn't see that on the news. Those were gang members that came here and was in the shelters, right? Yeah, no problem. They fucked up 2 cops. It was funny to me. I seen it, right? Did y'all see all the rest of them cops running down the street? That the news never shows you the whole fucking story, right? When they got there, because I told you, I speak well for New York City police because I was one, okay? That is called a 1085. A police officer needs assistance. And you better believe when NYPD comes, they rolling deep and they're going to fuck everybody up. And they did. All those guys that did that shit got arrested. Even the ones that jumped on the bus and went to California and Florida. They went and got them motherfuckers too. And they all did stand trial here already in New York City. And they're all in fucking prison already. Just to let you know. All right? But I'm telling you, from a person who is very unbiased, and I'm not one of these paranoid, crazy black people that hates Hispanics and talking shit about immigrants. I'm not that person. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? They're in the shelter system like every other black woman and every other woman and man and child in New York City that's in the system. They're not getting anything else different from us besides the fact that when people rent places for them to live, which is why I was telling black women in New York City, get a house so that you could take advantage of the house programs that come with housing the migrants, where you will get thousands of dollars to put those small houses on your property to put these people in because they want them out of the shelter system. That's the extra shit they're getting. This is not like in other states where they're walking around with money to spend because it's a different type of city. That's not what's going on here. Believe me, it's not. I work with these people every day, not in the shelters, but providing the resources and making sure they are all over the city where they're supposed to be. That is what I do for a living. I've been told y'all I work for the city and work for the mayor. I've been told y'all that. So that is not happening here. And at the same time, you got to constantly remember that the regular New York City people are still in those shelters too. Okay? So, and most importantly, you got to understand that where the mayor is coming from is that all of these programs in New York City are for people who come to America and to New York City legally the right way. None of these laws in New York City apply to or were made for specifically for migrants coming in here illegally and being busted in from Texas. The laws weren't made for those people. So they're trying to work them in the system the best way they can without fucking them over and treating them like they're not human beings. You got to understand that. And you got to stop listening to stupid people talking about what's going on in a place where they don't live and don't know shit about. You got to stop that. I can't speak for what's going on in Texas because I don't live there. And it doesn't make sense when I hear people talking about what's going on in New York City and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. And you can't listen to the people, like I see a lot of these security guards working at the shelters talking about these people because they're coming from a very prejudiced, hateful point of view. They're not telling the whole story. Because number one, when you work for the city and you work that close to situations, there are policies about what we can and can't do when we work somewhere. Like all those people making those videos, if any of their supervisors or their job ever found out they were making those videos, they would be fired. You cannot do that when you work for the city. You can't do that. So that tells you a lot where they're coming from. And then when they're always showing you the negative and never the positive, because there's a lot of positive too, they're not being truthful. They're not. It's like me. Well, I can't get too deep into what I've done, but when I speak to people and they're going through those things and I find out that they have actually been placed somewhere and they're doing good, that is a good thing for New York City, because whether they're here legally or not, when they're going to school, they're working and they're doing something to give back to the economy, back to the city. That's a better thing than having them lay on the fucking ground and be plotting on busting somebody upside the fucking head who walks down the street the next minute next to them. Y'all got to start thinking realistically and stop letting YouTube control your fucking brain. I don't know where my girl is. She needs to come make a video. I don't know where the fuck Matrix Exposed is at. RWS hashtag exposed. Where the fuck are you? People need you. You need to come back and explain to these people how propaganda is being used against them, because this is what they're doing right now to y'all with this whole migrant hate fucking shit that they got going on. You need to understand that. And for those of you Black women that want to be way more enlightened, please go on over to what's her page? I don't particularly like her, but she's fucking smart and she talks a lot about history and things in the right way. Goddamn, what is the Lady Boulay? Go to her page. She got 2 pages now. She got the Lady Boulay, and then she has an American Black Legacy page or something like that with all this Black women history on it and Black history. Educate yourself. Understand what different people are telling you. Who's giving you a fair synopsis of what's going on and who's just shooting bullshit. Because I'm telling you, migrants are not taking over this city. They're just making it more crowded. There's already poor people here that ain't got shit, don't want shit, and ain't doing shit, and they are added right into that bunch of people. Okay? They're not stopping none of us from getting jobs. They're not stopping none of us from getting houses or anything. If you lived in New York City, you would know what I mean. The building I live in, they can't afford it. They can't. Okay? The things I do in New York City, they are privy to, but they might not be interested in doing. They don't stop nobody from living here. They just crowd the fucking city up more. Okay? But RWS hashtags exposed, she is the greatest of all time when she's talking about how white people use propaganda to control Black people, and the silly Black women on here who are totally consumed with going along and following everything on YouTube from celebrity to what these dumbass black dudes are talking about online and these silly black women pushing agendas like the black women that are on here trying to tell you to vote for white racist males that are Republicans. When you think about shit in reality, why would you vote for white men who took away your right to abortion, wants to ban abortion all over the country, does not like black people? If you pay attention to everybody's careers, the things they've done in their time as being whatever title they have, congressman, senator, whoever, and see the shit, the wicked shit they've done when it concerns black people, why would you be killing yourself to vote for them? Why? And then on the same token, you never take the time to do what I showed you earlier in this video, which is to go into the government and see what literally motherfuckers are doing to help you. When we went through that whole black femicide spiel on this video earlier, right? And we looked at congress.org and we saw all the things that was going into the fight against black femicide and how the Democrats are the only fucking people there worrying about black women and children being killed at the rates they're being killed. And they're the only ones working on something to deal with that. Even to the extent of creating a new fucking penal code, its own fucking criminal charge for black femicide. What are y'all not understanding? I did another video earlier to show you about a lot of the things that, even though I don't care for Biden and a lot of things he's doing, he's still doing things that other administrations and presidents, even that fucking Obama, never did for black women. Like, he has appointed the most black judges that were women, the most black women to positions that were never held by black women before. So many things, okay? And y'all are not seeing that. All you're seeing is dumb shit that white people pump to you through the news, and these other black people on social media reiterate to you to make an issue when there's so many more important things going on that are never hitting this media or the news media. Like, you would have never known about black femicide trying to become a penal law charge on its own if I didn't fucking just tell you that. There's no white news media pushing that and pumping that and talking about that. There are no white people online talking about that. No black men, especially, or black women that are never on the side of black women talking about that. These are the things that you need to know about and need to understand when you're making these huge fucking generalizations about things that are not right. And that are usually coming from people who are really fucking nasty and disgusting and really hate black women inside. Like DZ. If you go over there, she's always fucking trying to push white men, white people's agenda, and how fucked up black women are. And, oh, fuck them bitches. That's what they deserve. That's her whole spiel. But y'all listen to that dumb bitch over understanding what is really going on in life. That's what I'm talking about right now and why I'm so heated about that comment this girl made. Because that kind of shit is an example of all of that. Learn for yourself. Go to the source of the information and stop listening to these dumbasses on YouTube, please. MN said, these migrants don't have the education of us black women and they can't. First off, let me explain something. MM is right about that. But the other thing is, these people are not citizens. And y'all this is why I say come back to realism and be realistic about life here. In America, in order for you to have a good life in America, you have to pay taxes, be able to vote, and pay into systems that will pay back into you in old age. None of those migrants have any of that shit available to them unless they become a citizen. There are some states that are stupid, like New York, that allow them to vote in certain elections, right? But they cannot vote in primary elections. I don't give a fuck what they do here in New York. Like, they are allowed here in New York to vote for mayor, right? Which legally they're not supposed to. But the mayor changed the law, not Adams, the nigga before him, de Blasio, okay? All right. The next mayor, he could come back and say, that shit is against the law originally. They're not doing it anymore. He could change it with the swipe of a pen. They can never vote for president. They can never vote for senator, congressman, none of that shit. So what are people talking about? This is scare tactics and misinformation and ignorance that they're putting out to cause, like I always tell you guys, separation and control, divide and conquer. Y'all already know this, but you're not applying it to everyday shit. So when these people are here in New York City, they're getting public assistance. They're being housed like every other person in New York that don't have a place to live, because that is the law of New York City. They're not getting fancy houses or fancy apartments. They're not doing that here, okay? And when they're young, they're being allowed to work. Everybody here should work, because this is a fucking hard city. It's cold as fuck. It costs a lot of money in certain places to live, so they need to have jobs. But because they work, they're not being allowed to pay into Social Security. They don't have deferred comp on their job the way I do. So when these people get old, they ass is back out on the fucking street, because they don't got no Social Security to help them, no pension, none of that shit that I have. So this is the real things you need to think about when you're talking about this shit and saying all this dumb shit that don't make sense. How are they taking your place when they can't even do half the shit you could do? Do not let these people fuck with you. There are some things people could do and some things they can't. Right now, can they push them into places where you are to overcrowd where you are? Absolutely. But if you have a fucking degree and they don't, how are they going to get a job that you could get that they can't? That they don't even have the documentation for? Be real clear. Those jobs that the governor is trying to give them are jobs that nobody wants in New York State. They are in the mental institutions, cleaning crazy people's asses, washing their bodies, feeding them food, giving them medication, and watching them all day. Nobody wants to do that job here. Nobody. A Patty said that's why they stay slow. Oh, close. You're trying to stay close to their family? Yeah, it's true, because they don't have resources. They don't. Like, if you live in another state, you're a citizen. If you came to New York City, you would have the same opportunity as me. You come here, you come to social service, or if you came here and you knew somebody, you staying with them, you go for an apartment, they're going to give you everything the same way they would give me, because you are still a citizen of America. You're not one of them. You're going to get everything the first day you fucking come here. You're going to get money. You're going to get health insurance. You're going to get a job if that's what you need. Because the other thing people don't talk about here in New York City is that welfare is its own fucking employment agency. Public assistance in New York, they have jobs of their own. That when you go into welfare, you like, I'm looking for a job. I have a degree in this. I know how to do that. I got skills in this. I got skills in that. This city, every agency that is owned by this city employs all of the people, like 90% of the people that live in this fucking city. And the other 10% are the people that work for private companies. The majority of this city works for New York City. And even the welfare works for New York City. And they get other people. Like, listen, I used to work in welfare as the people when you come in there and sit down and get your food stamps and shit like that, years and years ago, like 2012 and shit, right? Back then, when you can, even now, when you came in, you get your food stamps, you get your welfare, you get your money to set you up, to get you started, right? Next month, when you go interview for the job and you get the job, you get the job. You still got your food stamps and all that shit to help you get on your feet. They give, in New York City, they give you like 60 days, 60 to 90 days to keep getting your welfare and everything, plus your new job to make sure you straight. That's called transitional services. They got a lot of shit here in New York City people don't know about, and they just be running their fucking mouth like they know everything. They don't. Never believe that shit you hear, right? And when you see it on the news, don't believe it until you see the beginning of that story, the middle, and the fucking end. Because the one thing about New York City news, I tell y'all this all the time, they always want to over sensationalize the negative and never show the positive. Like even in that story with those people on the train where that black dude shot the Hispanic dude and was fucking with that couple, they told that story as if those two Hispanic people were not together. They made it seem like that Hispanic man was all by himself, was fighting the black dude, got the best of the black dude, and then a woman just came from out of nowhere and stabbed the man, the black dude. Nope. You know who told the real story on that train? The people who was on that train and the people that was on the platform that saw what happened. And what happened was the Hispanic couple was minding their business, sitting on the train, doing their thing, laughing, kikiing, and playing with each other. This black dude jumped the turn. He didn't jump it, but he went through the gate. Like in New York City, we have the turnstiles, and then we got the handicap gate. He walked through the gate with a fucking attitude, a fucked up disposition. You can see it all on him, right? Like, yeah, I did that, and what? That's how he walked through the gate, right? He was fucking with people on the platform, fucking with people on the stairs, and then when the train came, he went in the train looking to fuck with somebody. That's the same way when COVID was the big deal in New York City and we was locked down. You saw all those videos of always now, remember this now, always only black dudes attacking Asian people and all that bullshit they was doing back then. Now, since the migrants is a big issue and seems to be like black males don't have a brain of their own, anything white people put on the news and tell them to hate somebody, that's what they go fucking do, right? So he got on the train, he saw the two Hispanic people. They small, so he figured, oh, I'm going to beat them. I'm going to take advantage of them because they smaller than me. I'm bigger. I'm a bully. I'm going to bully them. That's what he did on the train. Now, what they didn't show and tell everybody was that there was people on the train before that shit kicked off that tried to separate them, tried to get the black dude to leave the train, get the fuck out of here. He didn't want to have no parts of it. Those people got tired of interfering, went and sat the fuck down. It was even a couple of people that went and got the conductor, but the conductor was a bitch-ass nigga that didn't want to get involved. Okay. So now, shit kicks off. The little Hispanic man bested this tough fucking black dude that runs around trying to be the fucking man everywhere he goes, right? Or thinking he's the man everywhere he goes. He got his ass busted. He's laying up now in the hospital fighting for his fucking life. All because he watched one news show too many talking about this imaginary shit that's happening in New York City and is all hyped about Hispanic people who's riding the fucking train, not bothering nobody. That's the story. And that's usually what happens with all this shit because this is white people. White people like to keep all the so-called people of color and black people fighting each other. So you concentrating on fighting each other instead of coming together to get those motherfuckers out of power, out of control of this country, and where the fuck they belong, underneath other people's feet, so everybody else can live the lives those motherfuckers live, and they live some of the lives we live. That's honestly where it's at. And y'all have the ability to do that by voting and voting these people out of office and putting people in those spots that look like you, who are going to do the right job. Not kiss the ass of white people and keep this white supremacy shit going. That's the honesty of it. That's the reason why all this shit is a big deal about migrants and immigrants. And y'all got to stop being silly and easily taken advantage of. Every fucking presidential election, they talk about immigration. Where have y'all been? They have been talking about this shit since Jimmy Carter. Are y'all serious? This is not new. And this is not no shit to get all twisted around about. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about this shit, all right? I want y'all to concentrate on shit that's more important, all right? You're going to have people coming here for the rest of your fucking life, and nobody's going to stop them. They could put up fences. They could let them drown in water, do all types of ridiculous shit to them, but they're still going to come to America because America fucks up their country, which is why they come here. You learn and know all of that shit when you pay attention to what America does all over the world, okay? It's more to it than that's just that, black women. Stop falling for the bullshit. Please stop. I'm glad you enjoyed my live, Cat. I'm about to go, but I just want y'all to take shit seriously. And please go on congress.gov and let them know you are so seriously for, let's go back to HR bill. Let's do that. Where's the HR bill? Hold on. Where that damn bill at? I'm trying to find the bill. Wait, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Where the hell is the bill? Here it goes. Sorry. All right. So you want to go back on here, and when you create your account, sign in right here. This is going to change a little bit, and all this stuff will be interactive, and you'll be able to vote on this HR Bill 7354 to protect Black women and Black girls, because we want that shit to happen, Black women, okay? This is more important than anything going on in any city. Once you get this through the door, then we can start talking to white folks about housing, employment protection, and everything else we need. Because this shit is important, okay? Once you look, Black women, understand me. You got to get America to recognize you are in dire straits. You know how people are always saying on YouTube, these Black males are protected class? Maybe they are. But this right here, this is your legitimate 100% bona fide, respected, recognized way of becoming a real fucking protected class, okay? You get this shit to become a law, and you know what's to come. This becomes a law. The way they kill you becomes a new fucking penal code. You will get real fucking protection under the law. And then in addition to that, after we get black femicide, or femicide as they put it, to become a penal code, then you can fight for an executive order for Black women alone. Black women and little girls alone. Once you get the executive order, then you get all the shit the Asian people got. You get all the committees set up behind that executive order to make sure that you have equity, not equality, but equity to get where everybody else is in this motherfucker. So you may get the housing you've always wanted, like able to buy a house so you can have some generational wealth. You may get the employment security where you don't have to worry about being an introvert on the job and some white bitch is jealous of you, so she fires you or sabotages your work and gets you the fuck out of there. All that kind of shit comes out of legal, in the law, written protections for your group of people. Then also, after the executive order and the little things like that, you get full-fledged committees to work on the progression and growth of your group. This is why all this shit is so important, Black women, and why we need to have a sisterhood and move away from trying to bury ourselves in fucking relationships where the man is the shiny fucking coin and we're the dull penny. No, you have to be bold, big, loud, and up front and in the front of everything for people to go, yeah, what do they need in life? Let's start working on that for them. We've been dealing with them other motherfuckers long enough and nothing came out of that. Let's start working on the women. Make it to the point where everybody in this fucking country looks at you the same way Goldman Sachs did when he said, let's start this initiative for this entrepreneurial thing for like 50 billion women in America. You need people to recognize you, Black women. And they're trying to. They are trying to see and empathize with the Black femicide. Don't fall short. Stand up, cry out, talk about this shit. Demand this shit. When you home and you ain't got nothing to do, type an email to your senator. Type an email to your congressman. Type an email to everybody, every one of your representatives, and tell them, hey, I know about this HR 7354, protect Black women and girls. I hope you are going to vote yes for that. All these people are up for re-election, Black women, this year alone. Like over 400 and something representatives are up for re-election. That means the whole fucking country. So y'all better understand. Let them know, put them on notice. We watching you, son. We watching how so far on this HR bill, it's only Democrats backing this. You motherfucking Republicans better step up for something else besides a fucking abortion ban all over the country. Get y'all shit together, or you're not going to have black women's vote. We're going to be giving it to all the Democrats doing the shit they supposed to do, because they the only people standing up right now behind black women. And fuck all them black women on here like Cherie and all them talking all that bullshit about black women being upwardly mobile and trying to disrespect all other black women that's poor, fighting out here trying to make ends meet because they don't have as much money as other black women. That's not what we doing. We want all black women to rise up, not just fucking sectors of us and little cliques. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about every one of us, the ones you like and the ones you fucking don't. All of us deserve to live good lives. And with that, I'm out, black women. I will put these links in here. I got to get out of here. I got to get up in the morning. All right, have a good night. I enjoyed all of you. Thank you for coming and thank you for participating. MM, Wendy, A Patty, Catnip, who's out here giving up some love. Girlina, BW, who else? Yana, who else? That's it. And Melissa, A Patty, I already said that. All right, good night, black women. Y'all be good to each other. And if you could talk some sense into a stupid black woman, please don't hesitate to do it, okay? We have too many black women dying, and we need to start taking care of each other. You are your sister's keeper, okay? Good night, y'all. Fuck you, black males and white dudes talking shit. Good night, black women. All right.